Time to play the game!
High school basketball is on the air. This evening, preseason action live from the Thunderdome as the East High Lady Thunderbirds and Thunderbirds take on the Casper Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans and Trojans. High school hoops on 1480 KRAE is being brought to you by our fine sports sponsors. Now, let's send it out to East High and the Thunderdome as the Lady Thunderbirds and the T-Birds get ready to do battle back-to-back as they host the Lady Trojans and Trojans of Casper Kelly Walsh. Chris Polton and Nick Proetti are standing by with this evening's pregame show, and then we'll have tip-off times 2 back-to-back right here on 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
I am the game and I may do.
Well, welcome inside the Thunderdome. The first time we are on a school campus here in Cheyenne. We're at East. As you heard, East will go up against Kelly Walsh as a double dip of high school 4A action. I am Chris Polton. I'm joined alongside Nick Peretti. Nick, for you, I'm sure the Christmas break can't get here soon enough.
Yeah, it certainly, at least here we are, the final, at least, contest we will be broadcasting here on 1480 KRAE. Again, it's going to be a good one, a boys and girls matchup between Casper Kelly Walsh. A good outfit as we'll get in kind of the standings right now of how these teams have fared so far in the early part. But again, between Casper Kelly Walsh and Cheyenne East, especially on the boys side, we're looking at the #1 ranked, at least preseason team we will see tonight. So looking forward to it. What a way to kind of end the 2018 kind of campaign for us, broadcasting-wise, as we will be back starting early January of 2019 with more hoops.
Yeah, and as we were talking about high school hoops and bring it to you all season, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for high school basketball: Baskin-Robbins, Cheyenne State Bank, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Chick-fil-A, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, Gill Window Company, Best Western plus Frontier Inn, Little Philly, Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Services, Platte Valley Bank, Taco John's, Marv's Plumbing and Heating, First Tier Bank, Big Apple Bagels, the Cheyenne Stampede, Pepsi of Cheyenne, of course, our official sponsor of our scoreboard tonight, Medicap Pharmacy, Kia of Cheyenne, Lennox Auto Body, the Bread Basket Bakery, First Education, Federal Credit Union, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, B&B Appliance and TV, Capital Lumber Company, Halliday Motor, and McGee Ernin Pies LLP. And Nick, two teams that are very familiar with each other. I believe it was last year we saw Cheyenne East go up against Natrona. This time they're taking on the foe just across the other side of Natrona County and Kelly Walsh.
Kelly Walsh also, too, at least for our first contest that we'll see on the girls' side. This is a Kelly Walsh team, Lady Trojans team, that upset the favorited, at least, Lady T-Birds last year on their home court, as due to the, Region 9 NJCAA tournament happening. It got moved away from the Casper College to Kelly Walsh High School. So that's for new head coach Eric Wessling. Even though he has been a part of that squad, he knows what happened last year. Maybe a little retribution, at least trying to get kind of, as we've been describing for LCCC for Cheyenne East, it's the revenge tour, essentially.
Right, and you can say the same thing really for both teams, as Kelly Walsh, the boys team, ended the state championship run for then Coach Bailey and that East High team, which we'll get to the boys in our doubleheader later on in the evening, but that's going to be a great one as well. Tonight, though, for Cheyenne East, they'll be without Kaylee McEwen. We'll get into it a little bit more when we talk to head coach Eric Wessling. McEwen out with an ankle injury, also missing one of their guards off the bench. Sloan just had the name, and then I lost it. Sloan Danny, she's also out. So a shorter bench for Coach Eric Wessling. And Nick, anytime it's at least the preseason, so you're going to get to see how deep your bench truly is with some injuries.
Again, kind of the perfect time right now. It is non-conference action since Kelly Walsh, again, kind of plays in that Northwest region. Not a team that Cheyenne East will see, at least in regional times, coming up in March. So right now, for at least Coach Wesley, this is kind of that perfect opportunity to see, yes, what your team is made of for those deep runs, when your team is going to be at least kind of behind the 8 ball once you get into the Februarys or Marches of 2019. So it's going to be interesting. Also, too, kind of comes at a good time right now. Again, final contest for Cheyenne East. That opportunity, that layoff for them to get healthy all around the board as well coming up.
Kelly Walsh is coming in with their head coach Sarah Tuami at 3-1. Head coach Eric Wessling, their Lady T-Birds, 6-1, and we'll again get a chance to talk to Coach Eric Wessling. What we'll do now is take a 2-minute timeout. You're listening and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Welcome back to our high school hoops pregame. I'm now joined alongside first-year head coach Eric Wessling. Of course, not your first year with the program. How's the transition been for you? Already 7 games in.
Yeah, we've played a lot of games, so it's been a good transition. It's been fun to get to know each other as a staff. You know, I've known my staff for a long time, but just us all getting to work together is a little different. But the kids have been great, and it's kind of going well. And
adding some pressure type of preseason games, getting a chance to have a rematch of the title game last Friday against Campbell County. How nice was it just for you as your first year coach, but then seeing some of these young ladies that were in the championship game last year get some vengeance in the preseason?
You know, it was good. It was one of my lines to the girls was early on we were pressing a little bit too much because they were reading the jersey instead of the kids that were in those jerseys. So they remembered that game well. So.
And then for you at this point, 7 games in, you'd like to think you have some sort of a comfort with the rotation, but battling a little bit of the injury bug, so still probably something you're trying to figure out as you go along with trying to fill some holes here and there.
Yeah, we're, Kaylee will be out today, but she'll be back for Taco John's, and Sloan Danny did her knee and a meniscus, so we definitely have 2 unexpected holes tonight. But we've had some sophomores and a junior step into some roles that there's, whether they play, they're there, and so we've got some depth that's producing.
7 games in, how about, everybody's been talking about the transfer in Kai Buell. How have you seen her develop within this program and within a new set of teammates in the first couple of weeks?
On both sides. I mean, practice is one thing and games are another. And I think we are transitioning into, it's just habits from both our girls and Kai and ironing those out and making sure that we're trying to play flawless basketball. And that's kind of where we're at now, and we're learning every day about each other on the court, and the more games we get, the more comfortable we get.
A formidable opponent tonight in Kelly Walsh, a team that you guys saw last year. How important will it be just out on the home court, home opener for you guys to come out early in the first 5 of that first quarter, first 4 of that first quarter?
Right. I've not been real happy with our setting the tone early on in the last probably 3 games. So here, great energy. Jerry does a good job of making it fun for the fans and everybody else. But I'm looking for us to come out exactly like you said and really set the tone early and take advantage of our home court.
And then for those that get to tune in a little bit early, talk about the young ladies, their special warm-ups tonight that they got going on with it being Christmas.
Well, it's ugly Christmas sweater night, and so our kids got a hold of that, and they said, hey, Coach, can we do that? And so we're going to warm up in the ugly Christmas sweaters. I'll bet that lasts all of 30 seconds before they get a little hot.
All right, well, that's Coach Eric Wessling. We'll take a break right here on 1480 KRAE. More pregame right after this. Welcome back inside the Thunderdome as both teams are now out warming up with about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left of warm-up, Nick. And as we see both teams, you can kind of see Kelly Walsh may have a little bit of a size advantage down low tonight, something that East may have to combat a little bit.
They certainly do. Again, without their big for Cheyenne East tonight, it's going to be a tough go about it to get on the inside, but we will certainly see. Again, it's a team that has been tested, as we've seen early. Again, they've already got 7 games under their belt, kind of at least a little abnormal for a preseason, but they've been busy so far here in 2018. And again, I think for Coach Wessling, for a lot of these returning players for Cheyenne East, again, revenge is on the mind against this Kelly Walsh team. Again, a team that exited them in the first round there at the state tournament last year. So we'll see if Cheyenne East comes out with a little fire tonight. Also, too, taking a look since, again, for the folks who are not watching it with us on the Periscope or YouTube side right now, to give you a little visualization, since it is the holiday season out here, the East High Lady T-Birds right now practicing not in normal warm-up jerseys. They're instead in ugly Christmas sweaters practicing. So.
Yeah, and you could see some of them are kind of pulling their sweaters down a little bit. They're getting a little hot when it comes to warming up. Coach Wessling, while we were off air, said that, you know, he would think it would last about 30 seconds. Well, good on them, because they lasted a little bit longer than 30 seconds.
Hopefully it doesn't play into fatigue or at least kind of a little overworking them, again, as it is a little warm here in the Thunderdome. But other than that, though, again, hopefully this team will be ready to play tonight. Again, final home contest, final game for the Lady T-Birds coming up here in a few short minutes.
Let's look at what how Kelly Walsh got here in their 3-1 schedule. Star Valley is who they opened up with, and for Kelly Walsh, they haven't played anybody outside of the state of Wyoming. They lost to Star Valley 42-38, and then they went on a 3-game win streak. They beat Sheridan 55-24, Evanston 44-17, Natrona County, their crosstown rivals, who are now on the other end of the pod, you could say, 49-40. You wouldn't see them play each other this early in the season, but since they won't be playing each other in the regular season until late February, they got a game in there. As far as East, as we had just told you, East has already played 7 games. They are 6-1. Their lone loss came to a team that they beat at the Power to Play in their first game, and that was Windsor. They lost the championship game 56-44, but they did beat Campbell County on Friday. They had a rematch of last year's state championship. 68-63 is how is this final score against Campbell County. Of course, we said Campbell County may be down. They lost a lot last year, and with Thunder Basin in town now, their talent's starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, it's certainly, again, for Class 4A, especially with the quadrant system right now, especially here down in the southeast, it's going to be interesting to see a few things notable, at least of what we saw earlier today, as Cheyenne South is not in action. Coach Chad Bryan, he's in attendance right now, taking and scouting a little bit of this Lady T-Birds team again, as they will be competing a few times once we get into quadrant play coming up in 2019 calendar year. But again, Cheyenne South, Lady Fighting Bison, we saw them in Greeley. They're a good outfit. Cheyenne Central, at least no disrespect to Lady Indians, they're going to be a good outfit. Not sure what to expect out of the Lady Plainsmen over in Larry, but I would not doubt they're going to put up a fight. So right now for Class 4A, it's, in my opinion,
could be pretty wide open.
It's pretty wide open. It's almost a toss-up. You're not sure who's going to come away with the state championship as of right now. We got a lot of talent across the state.
And what we'll do now is we got about 6.5 before tip-off. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. You're listening and watching to high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Welcome back to Cheyenne East High School. We're in the Thunderdome for tonight's matchup against Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans and the Cheyenne East Lady Thunderbirds. Let's take a look at tonight's starters first. Just for Kelly Walsh, their head coach Sarah Tuami, again, 3-1 on this season. Their starters look as so. A senior guard number 1, Kylie Spangler, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, someone that fills the box score up. Then it's their leading scorer, Danny Lynn Shell, number 13, 11 points, 5 rebounds a game. Sarah Struby, number 22, she's a junior, 6.5 points a game. Another junior, number 25, Corinne Caruth, 5 points, 5 rebounds a game. And then their senior, number 40, Hadley Lloyd, 4 points a game for her. They average 46.5 points per game. They give up just 31 points to their opponents. They shoot 34% from the field, 26% from the three-point line, and then 52% from the free throw line. We'll take another 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. Come back with East starting lineup right after this. First-year head coach Eric Wessling and his Lady Thunderbirds come in at 6-1. His starting lineup will be senior guard number 3, Sydney Miller, 7 points a game for her. Junior forward number 11, Madison Blaney, 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. And then it's a transfer from Rock Springs, junior guard number 13, Kai Buell, averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds a game. Senior guard number 22, or center number 22, Abby Brady, 5 points, 6 rebounds a game. And it's the senior guard who will play a little bit of forward as well, number 31, Abby Erickson, 7 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Again, if you missed it earlier, no Kaylee McEwen tonight. She's out with an ankle injury. She'll probably be out more than likely, as Coach Wessling said, until just the Taco Johns. Of course, they have one more game until the break. They do score 61 points per game, 45 opponent points scored per game. They shoot 42% from the field, 39% from behind the arc, which is great as a team, and then 54% from the charity stripe. Nick, you look at the teams, and as far as defense goes, this one could be a good old-fashioned battle. As far as both teams don't really give up a lot of points, it could be a first to 50 tonight.
It certainly can be. It sounds like it's going to be a low-scoring affair. It's going to be a tight-knit, at least, contest. It's going to kind of come down to the wire between these two as you're kind of reading off those statistics here early on. Again, Cheyenne East, so compared to Casper Kelly Walsh, they've had a lot of contests under their belt. So again, a little fresher, at least a little warmed up compared to the Lady Trojans of Casper Kelly Walsh. So we will see what's going to come up in this contest as we're counting down the time right now, about 30 seconds away, as we will have the colors here in front of us. So it looks like what we'll do is take a lengthy timeout here, about a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the starting, at least opening tip-off here on 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to the Thunderdome, where not only do they do the national anthem, they also give you a nice little sportsmanship reminder, as well as Abby Erickson and Hadley Lloyd delivered that today, which is always a good reminder. You know, sometimes things can get out of hand and get heated, and as now you'll hear the starting lineups being announced. Let's give you a quick rundown of the jerseys. Kelly Walsh in their road green jerseys with the white letters and white numbers, thank goodness. So that way I can see them tonight.
Yeah,
and then East will be in their home whites with the baby blue numbers and letters. East will start going right to left on your computer screen and your radio dial. Nick, you know, you look at this roster for Kelly Walsh, they got some size throughout, 5'8" and above, really for the most part. So for Cheyenne East, a team that when you talk to Coach Wessling, he'll tell you they try to run, and that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to run to get down the floor in transition and get easy buckets that way.
Absolutely. Again, it's a team that's going to have to hustle down, compete with this Kelly Walsh team. As we are getting into Cheyenne East, at least starting lineups. Again, kind of a unique delivery here at the Thunderdome compared to other places here in town. Again, kind of get that hyped up moment for their team coming out here right now. So again, look at least now adding in little spectacles and everything, as my partner cannot see, unfortunately. So here we are getting ready for this contest.
Yeah, and for Cheyenne East, this is kind of just a statement game. Obviously, this doesn't go in on the record that counts in the conference record, but you want to set a precedent early. They came in, they were the #3 team in the state behind Thunder Basin and Campbell County. Well, they beat the #2 team. Now you got to win a game that you're supposed to, and you're supposed to win this game against Kelly Walsh tonight.
Well, and I think for Cheyenne East, it's a team that's been competing a lot down in the state of Colorado, competing against other Colorado teams. Again, you did see Campbell County down there, but this is kind of another way to make a statement across the state of Wyoming of saying, hey, they may not be in the same region as us, but let's make a statement now to say, all right, we are forced to at least potentially win the state championship.
That's right. They're the toast of the region, and they're going to be making sure they make that presence felt tonight. In the middle is Corinne Caruth and Abby Brady. We're underway. It'll be Kelly Walsh with the basketball. Spangler has it, has double team, gets it back, and then taken away by Kai Buell. It's on the floor. Couple of players converge, and Caruth will lose control of it, as it's going to be, or it looks like it was tied up. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will be East basketball. So a quick turnover for Kelly Walsh is a great defense by East, and a full court pressure for Kelly Walsh, and Kai Buell's overhead pass is knocked out of play by Caruth. Buell will inbound it for Cheyenne East. Again, a big time pressure put up by Kelly Walsh as they look to trap the corner. Kai Buell gets it on the far side, finally gets it across the timeline, goes to Blaney, extra pass to Brady, easy, lay-in is missed off the left iron, and the rebound comes to Caruth. A big first miss there by Brady as she was wide open off a nice pass from Blaney.
Yeah, that was a point-blank shot for Cheyenne East. Again, missing the easy layup there.
Nice hands by Brady to tap away that entry pass as East comes out in a 2-3 zone. Inbounding it underneath is Sarah Struby for the Lady Trojans. No score, 7:25. Three ball from the left side, nothing but net, and that's Nanny Lynn Shell, her first 3 points, and that's the one they'll have to watch out for. Left-handed pass, Blaney gets it across the timeline. They got numbers. Blaney will stop. She'll put up a 10-footer off the back iron. Danny Lynn grabs the rebound. Shell with the basketball. She has Bell on her back pocket, and then Bell falls to the floor, and Shell will get across the timeline, no issue. It's on the left wing to Spangler. No interest in shooting there, but now Shell has it far side on the baseline. She dribbles with the right hand, skip pass on the right side to Struby. Now it's to the corner. Spangler will put up the left-handed shot. It's short. The rebound will come to Brady for East. Trying to get rid of it, does so and gets it to Abby Erickson. Sydney Miller with her first touch, committed to play soccer at the University of Wyoming. She's now trapped, trying to step through, is taken away by Hadley Lloyd. Her first steal tonight, the first turnover for East.
Definitely not a crisp start for the East High Lady T-Birds right now.
3-0, 6:30 left here in this first quarter. Kelly Walsh with the lead. In the left wing, skip pass, it's Struby. Driving baseline with the right hand, loses control. Buell will pick up her first steal tonight, the second turnover for Kelly Walsh. Buell across the timeline goes to Blaney. Her shot is missed. Brady grabs the rebound. That one's an air ball. And the rebound will come to Caruth for Kelly Walsh. So again, inside looks for East, but they're not able to capitalize, still 3-0.
They're kind of rushing their shots right now.
That ball may have been tipped by Buell. It's saved underneath. Shell grabs it. Now here comes East in transition. It's 2-on-1. Blaney and Buell bounce pass to Buell, and Buell will miss the easy lay, and Brady grabs the rebound, and Brady puts it up and in for 2, and the Thunderbirds are on the scoreboard in a full court pressure as well, but Kelly Walsh has no issue getting around it. There to the hoop goes Shell. Too strong on the lane. Caruth underneath the basket will grab the rebound and put it up, and is fouled by Kai Buell.
So a lot of action, or at least back and forth between these two teams, but not a whole lot of points scored so far, as Kelly Walsh has a 1-point lead, leading 3-2. Again, do want to remind folks it is at least 4 quarters, 8-minute quarters here in the high school ranks, not compared to the JUCO side.
First one by Caruth is off the mark. Caruth on the season just 55%. As we'll see a quick substitution as Hadley Johnson comes out. I didn't grab the number. She's on the far side of me. I'll get it for you just a moment. Looks like that's Rachel Schmucker who comes in. Both free throws are missed by Caruth. 5:30 left on the Pepsi scoreboard. 3-2, Kelly Walsh with the first quarter lead. Buell, three-pointer from the right wing. It's short off the front iron. Long rebound will come out to Caruth. Caruth has to step through a few, almost traveled. And then running it down is Struby, and she's fouled by Abby Erickson, it looks like. Caruth already with 4 rebounds here in this first quarter.
And that'll be the second team foul for Cheyenne East as they pick up one right there.
Abby Erickson with a foul and Kai Buell with a foul. We'll see Jayla Johnson come in for the Lady Trojans as Coach Tuami going to the bench early here. Inbounding it is Shell. She'll throw it into Spangler as he stays in their 2-3 zone. Shell put up a 3 from the left wing. It's off the front iron, and Erickson will grab the rebound. Erickson with the right hand kicks it up to Buell. Here comes East in transition. Buell sizing up her defender, goes to the hoop. Flipler players go to the floor. Kai Buell goes to the floor and hits the lay-in. She'll get a chance for 2 and 1 the hard way, as she's slow to get up underneath.
And she will, thankfully, get back up under her own power.
And that's a big one, because for Kai Buell, she's the leading scorer for this Cheyenne East team. She's also one of the leading scorers from last year, the transfer from Rock Springs, who's a junior.
And what a pickup for Cheyenne East, at least of a transfer student. She is a good, at least, addition for this Cheyenne East offense.
Buell's free throw hits the front iron and rolls through. She gets the 3 points. East has a 5-3 lead. Buell will come out as looks like maybe they'll just check on her real quick as you see the trainer come over to her. Willow Martin will check in for East, as well as Shannon Bailey, or sorry, that's her sister, but Brooke Bailey is who also comes in for Cheyenne East. Full court pressure. Sydney Miller almost comes up with the steal. Shell has to come and help Spangler to get across the timeline. Shell's tripped, and I think the trip call will be on Willow Martin. For Martin, it'll be her first, team third, so the foul count 3-1 in the early going. 4:51 left in the first quarter. And we'll see Isabel Lyons and Hadley Lloyd come back in for Kelly Walsh. Schmucker and Struby will come out for Kelly Walsh.
Yeah, and this is a Kelly Walsh team that does have a lot of at least bench options right now, and they are certainly using it early on.
Bailey almost comes up with a steal. The 3-ball attempt by Shell is short, and Bailey grabs the long rebound. Now she's looking to go coast to coast and loses control, but it's going to stay East basketball. Erickson looking over to Coach Wessling in his first season. Was assistant coach under Rusty Horsley, and we'll hear from Coach Horsley and the boys after this one. Erickson has it, goes down low. Brady, bank shot up and in for 2, and they're going to need Abby Brady to come up big tonight with Kaylee McEwen on the bench. She's got 4, 7-3, East with the lead. In the middle, Spangler will be fouled by Abby Erickson, and that's foul trouble now for Coach Wessling as Erickson picks up her second, and Kai Buell will come straight in for Erickson.
Again, that is team's 4th foul so far in this contest. Again, we're not even halfway through the first quarter. And again, Cheyenne East has picked up their 4th team foul.
Caruth and Struby back in for Kelly Walsh. So they have Lyons, Spangler, Struby, Caruth, and Lloyd on the floor. East has Sydney Miller, Brooke Bailey, Kai Buell, Abby Brady, and Willow Martin. It's on the right wing. It's Struby with the basketball. They're going to reverse court. That's Lyons looking to go in with the left hand. It's cut off by Bailey. Trying to go down low with the entry pass. Bounce passes down low. They get it there. Sydney Miller collapses and grabs the steal. Miller now trying to find somebody as she's getting trapped. She'll find Kai, and Kai will walk it across the timeline with the right hand. Goes in the corner. Brooke Bailey for three. It's off the front iron. The long rebound comes to Sydney Miller. Miller is one that will fill up the box score for Coach Wessling. Buell with the basketball, gets into the lane. Three players collapse, bounce pass right underneath Sydney Miller. Good idea, but the bounce pass a little too close to the feet of Miller. It's the second turnover for East. Long pass comes into Lions for Kelly Walsh. It's a 2-on-1 now. Caruth driving on Brady, puts up the left hand and gets it to roll in, and Caruth grabs two. And the score is now 7-5, and we got an off-the-ball foul on Sydney Miller. So Kelly Walsh will get the bucket, and they're going to get the ball back, as now there's 5 team fouls on Cheyenne East.
Again, Sydney's going to pick up her first. Again, as Chris mentioned, 5th team foul for Cheyenne East here. Again, compare that to only one called on Casper Kelly Walsh.
It's down low. Caruth again, tough shot, rolls out. Nice box out by Kai. Allows Abby Brady to grab the rebound. Here comes East in transition. Kai, nobody stops her. She puts up a 10-footer, hits off the right iron, grabbed a rebound by Willow Martin, but then stolen away by Hadley Johnson. So couldn't go strong with it, could Martin. It's in the corner. It's Spangler. Back out. Right wing three by Struby. It's well short and out of bounds, and will be East basketball as Blaney will come in for Brady. So a good first 5 minutes and change for Abby Brady.
That shot there by Casper Kelly Walsh, it tickled the twine, but on the kind of front end, it at least did not count for the points.
Not on the right side, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Across the timeline, it's Kai Buell as she looks to get it around Lions. She does so. It's 3-on-2. Hadley Johnson falls to the floor. Buell's pass is partially blocked, and then she's tossed out of bounds. And they're not going to call it. They're going to give it Kelly Walsh the basketball. So a turnover, the 4th turnover for the Lady Thunderbirds. Just 3 for Kelly Walsh to start as the lob and pass comes into Struby. Struby across the timeline will go to the corner. It's Lions with it. She puts up a long 2. It may have been partially blocked, and Blaney grabs the loose ball. Blaney headman pass to Buell. East has numbers. Bailey running the floor, puts up the left hand, rolls in as Bailey will grab her first 2 tonight, and East has the 9-5 lead with 2:40 on the Pepsi scoreboard.
Gotta love that quick transition offense that Cheyenne East has.
Told you they were going to have to run the floor and get down there before the bigs for Kelly Walsh could. Struby in the lane, runs into some contact, banked it in anyway. Martin was there just a tick too late, 9-7 the score. Miller with the basketball, gets it over to Bailey, goes off both legs, but she's able to retake control. Martin, a long 2. Hits the right iron, and Caruth grabs the rebound, her 5th of the quarter. Struby will slow it down and hand it off to their point guard, Kylie Spangler. Dribbling with the right hand as he sticks with their zone. It's in the left corner, now down low. Johnson loses control. She's double teamed by Buell and Blaney. Kick out pass is knocked out of bounds by Bailey. It'll stay Kelly Walsh basketball with 2:01 left here in the first quarter.
We'll see another Kelly Walsh substitution right now come in.
Shell will come in for Struby.
And she'll come in to at least inbound the ball for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Shell looking to go down low. We'll have to kick it up top to Spangler. Spangler dribbling with the right hand, gets in the lane at the free throw line. Kick out. Long 2 by Lions is nothing but net. We're tied up at 9s with 1:54 left. Spangler give her the assist on that drive and dish. Blaney has it on the right wing. Goes up top. Bailey, deep 3. Got it to roll in through the front iron for 3. She's got 5, lead up 12-9 for East. Bench points will be huge for Eric Wessling tonight as well. Johnson has it. She's in the paint. Bank shot up and in as both teams are starting to run the floor a lot here. We'll see how long East sticks with their full court pressure. Hasn't worked thus far.
Yeah, we're seeing the offense at least kind of getting a little production mode right now for both teams.
Nice pass to Blaney down low. She puts up the right hand shot, banks it in. And Blaney will get the 2 and a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. 14-11, the Lady Thunderbirds with the lead over Kelly Walsh, as it looks like East will come back out in a full court pressure. This time, a little bit of a different look, a diamond one look, as Blaney will be up top. New substitution for the Thunderbirds, sophomore guard number 5, Cheyenne Alvarado. Schmucker back in for Kelly Walsh after that timeout called by Sarah Tuami. 14-11, 1:16 left on the Pepsi scoreboard in this first quarter. Spangler across the timeline, goes to Shell, down low, Caruth, nice tic-tac-toe passing as Caruth gets the easy lay-in. 14-13 the score now. Here comes Blaney as East goes coast to coast quickly, and there's another 2 points, and Brooke Bailey will pick up the assist on that one. 16-13 the score.
Yeah, you got to like that. Cheyenne East, though, answering right back after, again, the offensive score by Kelly Walsh. They've been picking that up here, at least in the remaining minutes of this first quarter.
We said the first of 50 may win this game. That's going to be way different now as Blaney grabs the miss, dribbling through a couple, hits Brooke Bailey in the outlet, goes to Alvarado, puts up the right hand shot, too strong, rebound comes to Bailey, kicks it out, Martin with the right hand floater, it's short, and the rebound will come to Blaney's lap. Kick out, Bailey open for 3 on the right wing, in and out, and Alvarado grabs the rebound for East. Another opportunity, Blaney, 15-footer, it's long, and Kai Buell grabs the rebound, throws it over to Bailey at the top of the arc, and East will slow it down.
How about this for Cheyenne East on the offensive side? Again, just picking up rebound after rebound.
Buell has the basketball, they're going to run and set up a play here with 3 seconds left. Buell with the basketball in the right hand, puts up the shot, it's blocked by Shell, and a foul is called at the horn. The foul is called on Shell, her first, team second, and I think Buell will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yep,
with no time on the clock.
Yeah, she will be at the free throw line right now, trying to put at least, again, a bigger lead for right now for the Lady Thunderbirds.
Buell 1 for 1 tonight, make that 2 for 2 as the first one climbs in through the back iron. Buell a 77% free throw shooter on the season, as she's trying to give East the 5-point lead, and she will do so on a nothing but net free throw. 5 points for Kai Buell in that first quarter, 5-point lead for East. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Well, Nick, great last possession for East. Probably 4, 5, maybe even 6 chances it seemed like to end that quarter, and a 2-point free throw knocked down by Kai at the end of the quarter. Good way to end it.
Absolutely. Again, for East Lady Thunderbirds, what a way to kind of lead into the second quarter right now. Again, now leading by 5 points over this Casper Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans team.
East sticking with a 2-3 zone. It's at the top. It's Struby with it. Kick over to Shell. She fakes the 3. And now we'll pass it over to Splinger, and the long arms of Blaney knocks it out of play. It's Blaney, Miller, Brady, Brooke Bailey, and number 24, Katie Castle, in for the first time for East. Spangler, Caruth, Schmucker, Shell, and Struby on the floor for Kelly Walsh. Spangler down low, tries a bounce pass, and they're going to say it was touched by Castle, so it'll be Kelly Walsh basketball as Johnson will come in for Smucker. They're trying to get it into the paint, and maybe that's why East is going with the zone. They don't want to make that entry pass that easy. Shell with the basketball, kicks it up top, Spangler at the top. Nearly taken away on that pass to the left corner. Another good pass deflection by East. That's now 3 here in this possession.
Absolutely. Again, on this defensive side right now for Cheyenne East, they have been very stingy.
With the basketball is Struby on the left side, comes up top to Shell. Again, they're trying to go down low to Caruth, but Brady's doing a good job denying. Skip past Spangler, nearly taken away by Blaney. Now trying to recover is East. Shell with the basketball, dribbling with Miller on her back hip. In the middle, Caruth, one dribble, a lot of contact, and the shot's thrown up and missed, and a foul will be called. Again, she had 2 players converge on her. It's going to either be Castle or Brady. They're going to give it to Castle.
So Castle will pick up, I do believe, her first. It'll be team 6 for Cheyenne East here, at least in the second half.
Just the third and fourth free throw.
Excuse me, first half.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Caruth hits her first. She was 0 for 2 the last time she was at the line, just 55% on the season.
You can already tell that I'm ready for the boys' action right now. It's been fast going right now.
Second one is missed. Shell comes up with the offensive rebound. Another opportunity here for Kelly Walsh to cut in this 4-point deficit. Spangler, kick out. Struby goes to Shell on the right wing. Again, looking for Caruth down low. They get it to her on the right block. Kick out pass. Shell for 3. It's going to be long and off the left and then right iron. And then the rebound will be taken away. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be Castle with the rebound, but then her bounce pass to Blaney. What goes off Blaney's hand and then out of play. The 5th turnover for East.
Yeah, for Blaney, good effort on there, but again, bounce that ball right on the baseline.
Inbounding is Strube, will lob it into Caruth, kick out. It's wide open 3 for Struby, and she makes East pay as it's 18-17, and she's knocked down the second 3-pointer for Kelly Walsh. Her first of the night. She's got 5. Miller with the basketball for East, a 1-2-2 zone for, well, really a 32 zone for Kelly Walsh as they start up high against Miller, and she'll set up the offense. Castle goes down low to Brady. Bank shot over the shot block attempt of Caruth, and Brady's got 6. 20-17 the lead for East as East continues to stick with their full court pressure. Struby, a couple of good dribbles through the man, puts up the 10-footer, nothing but net. Struby with back-to-back buckets. 2019 the score with 6 minutes left on the Pepsi scoreboard.
And again, here goes these offenses between these two just charging up right now.
Castle open for 3. She traveled before the shot. 6th turnover for East as Buell and Erickson will come in for East. Erickson again with 2 fouls. Jayla Jackson will come in, as well as Isabel Lyons for Kelly Walsh. Caruth and Shell will take a seat for the Lady Trojans. Trojans have the basketball, 2019 the score. 5:55 left here in this second quarter. Spangler dribbling with the left hand, kicks it over to Lyons on the left wing. Buell out on hers. Now East is in a man. Dribbling with the right hand all the way across to the right wing is Lyons, and then she'll dribble hand off to Struby. Blaney on Struby, not giving her a lot of space. In the corner, Struby driving baseline, tries a bounce pass. Nice bounce pass and blocked by Blaney, but then Blaney had the offhand on the body, and that's what they'll call. Blaney will pick up her first, team 7th.
Yeah, that reach-in foul there. So with that foul, it's going to put Kelly Walsh in the bonus for the remainder 5:32 here in the second quarter.
50% free throw shooter is Jayla Johnson on the season. Her first one's on the way and short.
That's what you wanted to see if you're Cheyenne East right there, getting that miss.
Johnson twirls the basketball, a couple of bounces, goes with the right-hand shot. This one's a little bit longer, and she knocks that one in. Goes 1 for 2. We're tied up at 20s with 5:30 left here in the second quarter. Miller walks it across the timeline, trying to set up the offense. Spangler way up on her, goes to Erickson. She picks up her dribble, though. Nice backdoor cut by Miller, and then she loses the handle, but luckily for her, goes right to Blaney and lays it in. Let's be generous and give Miller an assist there.
Again, talk about a change of fortunes there for East. It looked like it was about to be another turnover.
22-20 the score. Spangler goes out of control. The pass comes right to Johnson. It swirls in and out, and then Blaney can't handle the rebound. Coach Wessling wanted an over-the-back call on Johnson, but didn't get it. Foul count right now. Kelly Walsh in big favor as East has 7 fouls as Caruth and Shell will come back in. Johnson and Struby will come out for Kelly Walsh.
How about that shot by Kelly Walsh? That basketball, it wanted to go in and just decided to kick right out.
Lyons with the long 2, and then Kai Buell fouled her. So Buell, she has 2. Team 8th, and that's going to send Lyons to the line to shoot 2. And Nick, we saw it when we had the South boys. You never want to foul a jump shooter, especially any type of mid-range 2, because it's not a high percentage shot. But giving them a chance to get 2 the easy way with the free throws could come back and get you in there. Lions hits her first.
And again, maybe that's something of kind of being fresh here early in the season, just kind of having that kind of mental mistake there of at least fouling a player like that.
Carruth grabs the offensive rebound short on the lay-in. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll be East basketball. But another offensive rebound for Kelly Walsh, and for Carruth, she's got 6 rebounds here in this early going. 4:57 left in the second quarter, 22-21. East still with the lead. They had the 18-13 lead after the first quarter. Miller across the timeline, dribble hands off to Buell. Now it's Erickson, extra pass to Castle. They're trying to move the basketball. Nice pass by Erickson to Brady, who banks it in.
And she is using her height advantage right now against Casper Kelly Walsh on the inside.
She's got 8 points. It's a 3-point lead for East. Miller up high on Spangler as East goes back to a man. Erickson up high on Shell. Screen and roll. Nice job by Castle to stick it out. Now lob pass down low. 2 players converge, but it's Carruth with the basketball, and Brady will be called for too much contact. For Brady, that's going to be her first, team 9th.
Yeah, it's been very whistle happy against Cheyenne East here in this first half.
This will be free throw number 9 and 10 for Kelly Walsh as Carruth knocks in the first one, nothing but net. 24-22 the score. 4 for 9 to start off here from the free throw line is Kelly Walsh. Second one on the way. That one is knocked in by Carruth. She goes 2 for 2, that time down the lane, or at the line, and 24-23, East with the lead. Dribble handoff. Buell has it up top. Buell into the lane, puts up the 10-footer. Big shot up and in. Kai Buell showing off her scoring touch. Lead back up to 3 with 4:08 left on the Pepsi scoreboard.
As the Lady Trojans keep crawling back into this contest again, East on that offense as they're clicking right now, trying to at least keep them at bay.
Carruth has it down low on the left block, puts up the fadeaway jumper. It's short. Good defense there by Brady. Miller grabs the rebound, her second tonight. Headman pass to Martin. She loses control, and then Johnson comes up with the steal. The 7th turnover for East. Spangler has the basketball. Kelly Walsh doing a good job taking the basketball on their end. 3 turnovers. They have yet to turn the ball over here, and we're halfway through the second quarter. Martin tried to come up with a steal. Lob pass down low. There's the turnover. Good old-fashioned announcer's jinx right there, Nick.
I don't like that. Again, at least in favor for Cheyenne East. So at least for the Lady Thunderbirds, take advantage of, again, extending out this lead right now on this offensive possession.
Smucker and Struby come back in for Kelly Walsh, and for the first time for East is Emma Jacobson. Blaney also checks back in for the Lady Thunderbirds. Miller with the basketball goes to Buell on the right wing. 3-2 zone again for Kelly Walsh. Buell, skip pass to Jacobson. It's going to be a foul called on the pass. The foul's on Spangler, her first, team 3rd.
Again, talk about the foul discrepancy right now. Again, 9 on Cheyenne East, just their 3rd here in the second half for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Buell to inbound. The one nice thing for East, though, is they still have the 3-point lead. At some point, you got to think they'll even up. Blaney on the lob pass from Buell. Nice job with the hop step around the defender, and Blaney banks it in for 2. 28-23. Struby with the basketball for Kelly Walsh. Stops at the top of the arc with Blaney on her. Shell sets up the offense now on the right wing with Erickson with 2 fouls guarding her in the lane. She goes to 3 East players. It's partially blocked by Blaney, but then it comes right to Shell, who will lay in the easy 2. She's got 5 points as a 3-point lead for East. Unfortunate there for the Lady Thunderbirds. Erickson with it, goes down low. Nice pass to Blaney. Kick out pass Miller for 3. It's going to be long, and the rebound will come to Shell. Here comes Kelly Walsh in transition. Shell looking for someone to stop her. It's a charge foul on Shell as Sydney Miller got in her stance and took one right to the chin.
So that'll be foul number 4, at least called against Casper Kelly Walsh. And again, ball at least with Cheyenne East.
Shells, that's going to be her 2nd. And as Nick said, team 4th is Sydney Miller will come out with some high fives given to her by all of the players and coaches. Again, taking one right to the chin as Brooke Bailey will come in for Miller. Shell has to take a seat with her 2 fouls. Struby comes back in for Kelly Walsh. Just to reset you have Smucker, Johnson, Lyons, Struby, and Spangler on the floor for Kelly Walsh. Erickson, Buell, Bailey, Blaney, and Jacobson for Cheyenne East. Buell, well, that pass was intended to Buell, but then went to Blaney. Buell will put up the shot. It's blocked and taken over by Lyons. Nearly stolen there by Blaney underneath the hoop as she has to hustle down and get back in position. Struby going coast to coast. Nice drive and dish, and Smucker lays it in for 2. Good job there by Struby to find the open man on the other side. 28-25, we're under 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
Actually, it'd be 28-27.
28-27. Erickson in the lane, right-hand scooper, no good, and the rebound comes to Smucker. First shot attempt for Abby Erickson tonight. Lions with the basketball, 28-27 the score, as Nick made sure to, as he has it right online, they just didn't have it right on the scoreboard. Spangler dribbling with the right hand, goes to Struby, stops at the right wing, nearly loses the handle. Lions has it in front of the East bench. Spangler will reset the offense as he sticks with the man.
The first time we kind of see either team slow it down a bit.
Pass is nearly thrown away. Lions comes up with it, puts up the 5-footer off the back iron. Blaney, good job boxing out, grabs the rebound. Blaney looking to run, goes to Kai Buell. They got numbers, and Buell throws it up. It looked like she was in between passing and shooting. She went for the shot. It was blocked out of bounds as Miller and Brady will come in. Buell and Jacobson will come out as Caruth will come in for Johnson, and here comes Danny Lynn Shell for Kelly Walsh. So substitutes galore for both teams.
And I didn't want to take your thunder, at least on the scoreboard update, as they are trying to keep up with the pace of action right now on the court.
Erickson gets the inbound, goes straight to Brady on the right block. Left block goes in with the right hand turnaround. She's got 10 points as she lays that one in. 30-27, 1 minute left here in the second quarter. Spangler with the basketball, has Miller hounding her. Caruth now at the top of the arc. Goes right wing, Struby looking down low for Smucker. Instead will dribble left hand, has it poked away from behind. Erickson comes up with a steal, hits Miller. Miller in the fast break will put up the right hand, lays it in for 2. So Erickson with the steal and in transition. East comes up with the easy lay-in. Their 5-point lead ties the largest of the night for them. 35 seconds left. We'll see if Kelly Walsh tries to play for one here. Sydney Miller instead will pick the pocket of Schmucker. Miller goes to the bounce pass to Bailey, and it's on the floor. It's another turnover. They're going to say Bailey touched it out of bounds, and Kelly Walsh will get it back. So turnover for turnover there.
Good effort by Cheyenne East. They're almost getting away, at least kind of the potential 6-0 run against Casper Kelly Walsh. But again, unfortunately, another turnover there.
25 seconds left. Spangler walks it across the timeline, now hustling around Blaney, gets into the lane, bounce pass to Caruth, nearly taken away again by Miller. And this time it is her third steal tonight, but then she turns it right over. Luckily for her, it went off the lap of the Kelly Walsh player and then back to her. There's 7 seconds left on the clock. Miller looking to drive, kick out. Blaney, 3 from the right side. It's short, and the rebound will be out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds by Struby. We'll have 0.8 seconds left as we'll see Kai Buell come in for one last possession. Coach Wessling calling out the play from the bench.
Yeah, it's a quick one again, 0.8 left.
I would assume it's going to be a lob to Brady down low, but we got a lot of contact going on between Caruth and Blaney. Blaney not giving up her position.
Refs are going to talk with them about that.
So watch, Kai Buell may try to get it to Brady on the lob where Brady's able to just catch it above her head and shoot it quickly. Instead, they'll go to Brady. She puts up the shot. It's blocked, but a foul is called. And for the second straight quarter, East will have free throws with no time on the clock.
Again, talk about a misfortune there for Casper Kelly Walsh. Again, that is the scenario you do not want to have.
Caruth will pick up the foul, her first.
Again, you could have walked away at least here into halftime, only down by 5, but here we are, again, adding 1 and adding 2. Now you're down by 7 heading into the locker room.
Brady hits 2 at the end, just like her teammate Kai Buell did, and that is the end of the half. 7-point lead for East, the largest of the night, 34-27. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and have stats for you, as well as we'll try to catch up with head coach of the boys, Rusty Horsley, right after this 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. 34-27 is our score at half. East with the lead as both teams going back and forth. Nick, a very high-tempo game where both of us had a hard time trying to keep up with it there for a minute.
Well, even the scorer's table, it seemed like the crowd was having a hard time catching up. Again, it was a fun, fast-paced first half between these two. And again, at least for Cheyenne East, they walk away with a 7-point at least lead into the locker room. Again, it should have been a 5-point lead for Cheyenne East, but for Casper Kelly Walsh, they commit not one, but 2 fouls at least, again, to end both quarters in the first half. That eventually meant for 4 points for the Lady Thunderbirds. So, again, here we are for Coach Wessling's squad against Casper Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans, up by 7.
Let's look at our team stats with our individual stats. For Kelly Walsh, they had 6 turnovers in that first half. 5 of 10 from the free throw line. As far as scoring goes, they were led by Corinne Caruth, who had 7 points. She also added 6 rebounds. 7 points as well for Struby. 5 points for Danilyn Shell, 3 points for Lyons, 2 for Lloyd, 1 for Johnson, and 2 for Schmucker. For East, they had 8 turnovers in that first half. They also committed 9 fouls. It was a 9-6 foul count, but really 9-3 for the most part. They were a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Again, 4 of those coming at 2 coming at the end of first quarter, 2 coming at the end of the second quarter. As far as individual point totals, they're led by Abby Brady with 12. Kai Buell's has 7. 8 points for Madison Blaney, 5 for Brooke Bailey off the bench, 2 for Sydney Miller, and that is your point total. So we'll take another 1-minute timeout and have Coach Rusty Horsley when we come back on 1480 KRAE. Welcome back to Cheyenne East High School as we'll take our attention to the boys game that's coming up just after this ladies game. We're now joined alongside head coach Rusty Horsley in his first season as the boys coach, but not your first season at East. How's the transition been going for you so far?
It's been good. The boys have been fun to work with, and they're a good group of kids. You know, I miss my girls, but I really enjoy working with the boys so far, and there's a lot of things that I have to learn too as a coach now.
And as far as the boys go, this is a team that it's coming in with high expectations. They really had high expectations last year, but you returned a lot of guys, especially the McCord twins, and then everybody knows about Eric Oliver as well.
Yeah, Eric's been doing a tremendous job. You know, the whole team has. We've been trying to focus our efforts on defense. I think we're getting better defensively as we go along, and we're just going to have to continue to work. Offensively, we got to get better. You know, every phase of the game, we got to get better right now. We're pretty rough in spots at times.
Coach, you didn't play the first weekend unlike the ladies did, but you go to the Power to the Play tournament, you win that 4-0. You had to like how your team came out from the get, but like as you said, constantly making adjustments and trying to, maybe for you, find your right rotations as well.
Right, yeah, it's tough, you know, from the start, but I was really proud of the kids. You know, we got off to slow starts most of those games, but the way they came on in the end and everything, it was a good thing to see. And I like our team chemistry right now, and I think we'll only get better if we just keep working.
And then Coach Kelly Walsh, maybe not so much for you, but I'm sure with some of these kids that returned from last year, this is probably one that they saw in the preseason. They marked on their calendar knowing that Kelly Walsh ended their state championship bid last year of course, at Kelly Walsh as that first round game was there.
Yeah, I think so. You know, we got to take every game as it is, but Kelly Walsh is a well-coached team. They got some really good kids. They're good. I think they're 4-0 right now. You know, we're going to have to play extremely well tonight to get them. So we kind of have to put all that stuff behind us, and actually we just have to concentrate on getting better every second.
Davion McAdam, Connor Shop, two really big bodies for Kelly Walsh. I'm sure for you guys that the size, as far as size goes, you don't have a ton of it when it compared to Kelly Walsh. So how do you kind of stop that tonight?
Well, we're going to have to front anytime they get down to the post. We're going to have backside help all the time. And if we communicate on defense, we're fast enough, and hopefully our pressure will get after them a little bit and see where it ends up.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight. That's Coach Rusty Horsley. We'll take another 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE.
Thanks.
(34-27) is the lead for the Lady Thunderbirds over Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans. And Nick, back and forth action, but in the end it was the Lady Thunderbirds able to control the emotions and control the tempo, despite the fact turning the ball over more and giving up more free throws.
Yeah, it's surprising of where Cheyenne East is at right now, again having a 7-point lead. Again, it should be probably in favor, especially the amount of foul calls that were called against the Lady Thunderbirds. So it is, again, very fortunate to be 7 points lead, at least a lead right now over the Lady Trojans. Again, it should have been only 5, but due to a kind of careless Lady Trojans foul there right as the buzzer sounded, this is kind of where we stand right now.
Kelly Walsh will come out with the basketball. They have their starting 5 out on the floor: Shell, Lloyd, Caruth, Struby, and Spangler. East will come out in their same starting 5: Blaney, Miller, Buell, Erickson, and Brady. East will now go left to right on your computer screen or your radio dial, however you're listening to us. Of course, We're streaming on YouTube, Periscope. We're also on 1480 KRAE.com as well as 1480 AM on the radio dial as well. So many options. You can really listen any which way you want.
And you're missing also too 101.1 FM
That's
as
right.
well too. I give you credit. That's an A effort.
Double team on the basketball as Johnson loses control, almost double dribbled. And with it is Struby down low. Shell blocked by Brady, but they're going to get the foul on the continuation, and Shell will go to the line to shoot 2 for Brady. It's going to be her second foul, the team first, as it only took 14 seconds for East to pick up their first foul.
Again, a team that picked up 9 fouls there in the first half, already up with 1 as we just barely started this third quarter.
Shell hits her first. This is her first trip to the line. She's now a perfect 5 for 5 on the season. Second one on the way, and that one rolls home. She's now 6 for 6 on the season. As a team, they're now 7 for 12. Miller with the basketball, 34-29. That 7-point lead to start the quarter is the largest of the night for East, but it's now down to 5. Erickson has it. They reverse court, 4 out, 1 in for Cheyenne East. It's on the left elbow. Nice backdoor cut by Miller, and Buell finds her for 2. Kai Buell with her 3rd assist tonight.
Kind of found the Kelly Walsh defense asleep there in the middle, and again burned them with that.
Shell with the basketball, Blaney up high on her on the left wing. We've seen Shell shoot a couple of times for 3. She's 1 for 3 tonight. Struby at the top of the arc. Buell with 2 fouls up high on her. Spangler with the basketball, goes to the left side, now down low. Caruth has had a big first half, puts up the left hand over Brady and banks it in. She's got 9 now, 36-31 the score.
Talk about an aerobatic, just kind of trick shot right there by Casper Kelly Walsh.
Nice backdoor cut by Erickson on the nice pass from Buell. She misses the shot, and the rebound comes to Lloyd. Another nice backdoor find, though, from Kai Buell. Just no finish out by Erickson. Shell, nobody on her, picked up by Brady, and then double dribbled. Great help by Abby Brady, and it's the 7th turnover for Kelly Walsh.
It almost looked like she was just kind of focused on the play call right there. Didn't even realize dribbling it with the other hand.
Shell, just a junior. With that turnover there. Buell across the timeline, goes to Erickson at the free throw line. Now it's going to be handoff to Buell, fakes the shot, gets in the lane, puts up the 18-footer, rattles in and out. Brady had the rebound initially. It's going to be a jump ball and East basketball. So good battle between Shell and Brady down low as Buell with one of just her 3rd miss from the field tonight. Hasn't taken a lot of shots though. Still has, I need to do math, 7 points. Needed to take my shoe off there. Blaney,
absolutely.
left elbow. Nothing but net for Blaney on the inbound pass by Erickson. Blaney's got 10. That ties her average for the season.
That gives you an idea of just how fast this offense just gets underway for Cheyenne East. Again, just like that inbound and with 2 points.
Buell will pick up a quick foul. It's her 3rd, team 2nd.
And again, fouls mounting up right now for Cheyenne East.
And now you're starting to get some players that you don't want to see in foul trouble with it. And Kai is one of them. Spangler calls out the play, holding up the 2 fingers. Goes to the left wing. It's Shell with the basketball. Erickson up high on her. Screen and roll, but no dish on the roll. Struby at the top of the arc. They're going to make Struby have the basketball. She's guarded by Buell. Struby misses the shot. Buell grabs the rebound. Now in transition, goes to Erickson. Nice pass to Blaney. Can't handle the pass, though. Buell at the top of the arc, puts up the 3 in rhythm, off the right iron, and the rebound will be last touched by East. Good rhythm shot by Buell. Just a little bit too much on the touch.
Yeah, good open look there, but it unfortunately did not fall through for the Lady Thunderbirds.
Smucker will come in for Lloyd. 38-31, 5:51 left on the Pepsi scoreboard here at the Thunderdome. East with the lead. Kelly Walsh with the basketball, and that ball almost came into play off the hip of Shell, who wasn't ready for the official to give it to her. Springler gets it across the timeline. East in a 2-3 zone. Struby, left wing, down low. Schmucker with Brady on her, tries to jump over her, misses the shot, but Caruth grabs the rebound, throws it over to Shell. Resetting the offense is Spangler. She dribbles with the left hand, kick out to Struby. Struby with Miller on her. We get with a poke by Miller, goes to the floor. Struby comes up with the loose ball. Spangler puts up the left hand shot. It's short. The rebound comes to Shell. And now she runs into Brady. It's a jump ball, and Kelly Walsh will have the basketball with the jump ball. But there's 2 extra possessions right there for Kelly Walsh.
But again, good defensive effort by East. Again, realizing where the play was, the ball was, and again, get the double team in the jump ball.
Strube will inbound it, lobs it into Spengler at the top. Now gives it into the inbounder. Bounce pass down low. Caruth has 2 players converge on her. Kicks it out to Strube into the lane. Left-hand pass goes right off the hip. It's on the floor, and it's another jump ball. Caruth and Kai Buell tie it up, and it's going to be East basketball. So a couple of sloppy passes right there by Kelly Walsh as they pick up their 8th turnover. Miller will come out. Bailey will come in.
Here's a chance for East to add to this lead that they have right now. Kind of almost get it to the point where it's almost out of hand.
38-31 is the lead, this 7-point lead, largest of the night. This team, both teams started scoring a blazing, now has slowed down a lot. Erickson will put up the 3 from the left side. It's short, the rebound goes to Blaney. He puts up the shot, it's blocked by Caruth, and Smucker will grab the rebound.
Coach Wessling right now kind of beside himself, thought that was a foul call, or at least a foul call that was missed.
Spengler has it on the left wing. They look to go down low to Smucker. She gets the high screen and roll from Caruth. Instead, will go right wing to Strube. Shell with it. She's wide open for 3. It's short, and the rebound comes to Smucker and Blaney, and it's a tie-up. It's a jump ball, and it's going to stay Kelly Walsh basketball. Lyons will come in for Kelly Walsh. Lyons will take out Strube. Willow Martin and Sydney Miller come in. Brady and Buell will take a seat. We'll see Lloyd could check in for Caruth.
Again, kind of a stop in action, at least for these both teams who have been going back and forth. Fast pace so far here in the third.
Shell wide open for 3 from the corner, nothing but net. She inbounded it and got it right back from the guard, or from the post, and knocks the 3. That pass was from Lloyd. It's 38-34 with 4:10 left here in the third quarter. On our Pepsi scoreboard, Martin with the basketball for East, driving baseline, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Willow Martin. She put her head down, driving into the lane. I think that was Lloyd that drew the charge. For Martin, it'll be her 2nd, team 3rd. No fouls thus far in the half for Kelly Walsh.
Well, so far in this contest right now, 12 have been called against Cheyenne East, only 3 for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Lloyd trying to drive on Blaney underneath the basket, kicks it out to Smucker, dribbling with the left hand, taken away by Blaney. Another turnover, the 9th for Kelly Walsh. Blaney with the steal goes to Miller, puts it up and in for 2. Miller in transition with another easy bucket. Blaney's got 2 steals on the night now. With the basketball, Spengler, 6-point lead for Cheyenne East. Spengler at the top all alone, won't shoot the open shot, goes to Lyons on the right wing. Brady will check in next whistle for East. Lyons stops her dribble, skip pass. Now it's Shell driving around Erickson and then puts up the shot, misses, and then Erickson's going to be called for her 3rd foul.
Her 3rd foul, team's 4th for Cheyenne East. Again, no foul calls have been called here in the third quarter against the Lady Trojans. And it is shooting time, or at least it's going to be 2 shots for the Lady Trojans.
Shell hits the first. She's 3 for 3 to start tonight. Brady and Buell come in. Erickson and Blaney will take a seat. Buell with 3 fouls and Erickson with 3 fouls as Shell hits both. She's 4 for 4 tonight. She's now 8 for 8 to start her season. As a team, they're 9 for 14. 40-36 the score.
Interesting thing that you mentioned, I do believe in the second quarter that things will eventually even out on the foul count. It certainly hasn't so far. Again, here, almost 3 minutes left here in the third.
Buell with the basketball, gets into the lane, has the smaller Spengler on her, but has to kick it out to Martin. Martin dribbling with the right hand, gets around Smucker, it's blocked. Miller grabs the loose ball. Miller looking to go in the corner. Martin will put up the right wing 3, it's short, and the rebound will come out to Lyons. Lyons grabs her 2nd rebound. It's nearly taken away by Buell. Lyons will retake possession for Kelly Walsh and slow it down across the timeline. They're in the front court. Lloyd has it, looking to go high-low in the offense. Instead, she'll dribble around Martin, stop at the right block, and bank it in for 2. Her 4th point tonight. It's a 4-point lead now for East as Miller hustling across the timeline. Miller has it on the right wing.
Actually be a 2-point lead as, again, they're slow to update the scoreboard here.
40-38 the score. Brady has it on the right wing, goes to Buell. Buell using her size against the smaller Spengler. Buell with a nice shot over Spangler, nothing but net. Look to see Buell use that a lot as Spangler is going to continue to guard her. 4-point lead for East, 42-38. Shell will put up a three from the right wing. It's short. The rebound will come to Brady. Brady will go to Miller. Miller falls to the floor, and it's going to roll out of bounds. 9th turnover for East. Kelly Walsh will retake the basketball. And we'll get a timeout. Just our second timeout of the whole game. It's a 30-second. We'll take a quick one here as well. A 30-second timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. To East High School, we're in the Thunderdome. Nick's
kind of the
alma mater.
Yeah, the rare time we'll be here at the Thunderdome again, as with the quadrant system. Once we get into at least kind of conference play, a lot of these games will actually be played at Story Gym.
Weird. So will the regional. We're just gonna camp out at Story Gym this season.
We pretty much have again our nameplate there in one of the booths.
The tag team champion nameplate, though.
I love it.
Kelly Walsh with the basketball, 150 left. They have a 42-38 deficit due to the Lady Trojans. So a three ball or a bucket here can put it to one possession. Smucker can't get the pass from Shell. It's going to be the 10th turnover for Kelly Walsh as Blaney will come in for Emma Jacobson.
Again, that large lead that East had going into this third quarter is kind of at least slowly vanishing in front of their eyes right now due to careless play and, again, missed opportunities on the offensive side.
Miller running the point for East. Brady has it to go high-low. Buell again working on Spangler. Kick-out pass is caught by Lyons, a turnover. Lyons comes up with the steal, trying to kick it out to the shooter. Couldn't find her, could Kai Buell. Both teams with 10 turnovers. Shell goes baseline, lays it up and in with the right hand. And Shell having a big quarter, 9 points in the quarter. It's a 2-point deficit. Blaney has it on the right elbow, stops at the right block, goes down low to Buell. Buell working on Spangler. We'll have to kick it back out as she was close to getting a 3-second call. 1 minute left on the Pepsi scoreboard. Buell working on Spangler, loses control, has to pick up her dribble. Here comes Miller, she's in the lane. Nice sweep through, they're gonna say it's on the floor. Miller did a good job ripping through the contact of Spangler. It's just the first foul called in the half for Kelly Walsh. For Spangler, her second, as Spangler has yet to come out of the game, as well as Corinne Caruth will come in. East with the basketball underneath. They have the 42-40 lead. Blaney gets the inbound. Kick out to Miller. Here comes Buell, wide open for three on the right baseline. It's off the mark. Blaney grabs the rebound, tries to reverse lay, and she's fouled on the way up. So Blaney grabs her 5th rebound, and now she'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Again, tossing up a prayer right there, and at least fortunate enough picks up the foul call, and again, now we'll be shooting 2.
Blaney's first free throw attempt is long. Blaney is 46% on the season, and for East, that's their first free throw miss tonight. 42-40 the score. Blaney sees the second one rattle in and out, and the rebound attempt is going to be last touched by Kelly Walsh. So a break here for Cheyenne East as they have a chance to make it a 2-possession game once again. Buell will inbound it. And it comes into Bailey. She puts up the right wing 3. It's well short and last touched by East. I don't know if someone got a piece of it. It's an air ball nonetheless. 39.4 seconds left. 42-40, Kelly Walsh with a chance to tie it with the bucket.
Seems like for Cheyenne East, a lot of their threes have been well off mark tonight.
And for Kelly Walsh, this could be the first lead they had since 3-0. Oh, Spangler got away with the travel. Shell with the basketball, dribbling with the right hand, high screen and roll. Coach Wessling wanting the moving screen, and he got it that time. Wanted the first one called on Spangler, got the second one. And Spangler will pick up her 3rd foul, team 3rd.
as the fouls now starting to kind of even out between these two. Again, Cheyenne East with 4, Casper Kelly Walsh 3 here in the third quarter.
Spangler will have to come out for the first time tonight. Struby's in. A big lineup in for Kelly Walsh. Nobody under 5'8" on the floor for the Lady Trojans. Blaney has it on the right wing, working on Caruth. Now a double team, tries to put up a shot over 2. Instead, Lyons comes up with the air ball. 4 seconds left. Shell with the basketball and then double dribbled again. The second time she's double dribbled.
So a chance now for Cheyenne East. And 2.1 seconds left here in the third.
See how they run it here as Kelly Walsh will come out into full court pressure with 2.1 left here in the third quarter. Kelly Walsh will win this quarter though. Brady with the basketball hands it off to Buell. It's turned over. Struby will put up the shot well after the horn. It's the 11th turnover for East to end the quarter. We'll go to the fourth. We got a ball game here at the Thunderdome. 42-40 East with the lead, a 1-minute timeout on 1480 KRAE. Two to 40 as we start the last 8 minutes here in regulation. Kelly Walsh will come out with Shell, Struby, Lyons, Lloyd, and Caruth for East. They're starting 5: Miller, Jackson, or Erickson, Buell, Blaney, and Brady. Buell has it on the right wing as they look to go Buell down low. Buell's had some successful touches down low. Erickson has it on down low. Brady, nobody's on her. She puts up the shot and fouled on the way up by Lloyd. Lloyd will pick up her first, team 4th. And for Abby Brady, who's had to step in because Kaylee McEwen's out, has done a great job tonight.
It looks like they updated at least number 40 there, who picks up their second.
Brady hits her first. She's 3 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. She hit the first 2 when nobody was on the floor to end the half. For Brady, 13 points to go along with 5 rebounds for the senior center. As she goes 2 for 2 again. She's 4 for 4 on the night. East a sizzling 7 for 9 from the free throw line. They have a 4-point lead. Here comes Kelly Walsh in transition. Lyons with a 15-footer from the left side. Nothing but net for Lyons. She's got 5, leads cut to 2 again. Erickson with the basketball. Tries to go down low, is batted away by Lyons, who comes up with the steal.
And turnovers being a real killer right now for the East High Lady Thunderbirds.
It's now 12 on the night. With the basketball is Shell. Kelly Walsh could take their first lead since the very early minutes of this game if they can hit a 3 here. Hasn't been tied in a while as well. Lyons slows it down and will call out the motion offense. Goes to the right side to Shell. Miller way up high on her with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Shell driving baseline with the right hand, goes over Brady and lays it in. We're tied up at 44.
And that 7-point lead at half is now gone for East High.
Miller walking in across the timeline will slow down the tempo. Looking for someone to flash up high. She picks up her dribble, go to Erickson on the wing. They try a little screen and roll. And Coach Wessling wanting Blaney to set the screen towards the baseline. It's knocked out of play and East will have the basketball. Erickson to inbound it. Bounce pass into Kai Buell. Now Miller has it on the right wing. Erickson in the corner for 3. It's short and Shell grabs the rebound for Kelly Walsh, who have a chance to take the lead. Lob pass down low. Caruth banks it in for 2. And Kelly Walsh has their first lead since the 6:30 mark of the first quarter. Erickson across the timeline at the top of the arc will pick up her dribble, goes to Miller on the right wing. High screen and roll, but Blaney instead will pick and pop instead of rolling. Erickson on the left wing. Down low, it's been Brady all night, but that pass is batted away. Erickson driving baseline, gets around her defender, puts up the wild shot off the mark. Hadley Lloyd grabs the rebound, and she will be fouled.
And Cheyenne East right now just rushing shots and only getting the one and done opportunities.
Bailey will come in for Erickson. Willow Martin will come in for Brady. For East, it's their 5th team foul. For Brady, it's her 3rd. Full court pressure here as they'll go full court man. Inbound comes to Shell over the head of Miller, who's got to catch up to Shell. Shell slows down as Miller catches up to her, and she'll set up the offense. 46-44. Said first to 50 may win this game. It could still be right, Nick. Miller with the steal on the pass from Shell. Miller, that's her 4th steal. Goes to Blaney and one! Blaney fights through the contact of Hadley Lloyd, and now East has a chance to retake the lead.
Great move, at least finding the open player down on the inside. Again, getting the easy bucket. Now the chance for and one. And as you mentioned, again, the opportunity for Cheyenne East to get back with the 1-point lead here.
Shell and Lyons will come out.
Both teams even up with 5 fouls apiece right now.
Josette Bowers will come in for the first time tonight, as well as Spangler. Blaney misses the and one opportunity to rebound. Will come out to Kai Buell. Another chance here for East, and Buell loses control. Josette Bowers will come up with a steal. She's looking to go coast to coast. Miller runs her down and will knock it out of play. It'll be Kelly Walsh basketball. Good hustle there by Sydney Miller. Both teams with 13 turnovers as Kelly Walsh will inbound it. 46 is our score. With 5:29 left on the Pepsi scoreboard, Caruth gets the inbound, rattles in and out, and the rebound will come out to Caruth. Caruth now with 7 rebounds and tries to get it over to Struby. She does. Struby driving with the right hand floater, front off the front iron. Martin grabs the rebound. Bounce pass to Buell. Here comes Cheyenne East in transition. Goes over to Blaney. Blaney to Miller. Miller has it turned over. Struby comes up with the steal. Spangler with the basketball. She's going to slow it down a little bit here as they try to set up a good offense here. Bowers has it on the right wing. High screen and roll with Caruth, but doesn't get a good screen, does Caruth. She does get the ball, double teamed, and a foul called on Sydney Miller.
So that'll be team 6 foul called on Cheyenne East.
And for Miller, her 2nd. She tried to help on the double team with Caruth. Law pass to Caruth, puts up the shot, banks it in. Caruth with 13 points, and now they have a 2-point lead for Kelly Walsh again.
Yeah, back on top are the Lady Trojans once again.
Buell comes across the timeline, dribbling with the left hand, picks up her dribble. Now we'll hand it off to Miller as East has to start their offense way up high. Bailey has it at the top of the arc. Goes to Buell on the right wing, working on Spangler. Will now try to back her in. Picks up her dribble, bounce pass. Nice pass to Martin, but too strong on the take. The rebound comes to Spangler.
Another blown opportunity by the Lady Thunderbirds right there.
Kelly Walsh in transition. Struby, nice fake shot, goes with the 10-footer. It's short. Rebound will come to Martin. Bounce pass to Miller to get it out of there. Blaney with the basketball, dribbling with the right hand. Hadley with the contact. No, they're going to call a charge. They're calling a charge on Madison Blaney.
What a change of fortunes there. So Cheyenne East will pick up their 17th foul, which will put the Lady Trojans in bonus for 4:03 left in this contest.
Lloyd will come out for Schmucker after taking the charge. Gets a huge high five from their coach, Sarah Tawami.
And Coach Wessling not too happy right now, especially after that foul call.
Spangler with the basketball, 48-46 with 4 minutes left. Kelly Walsh with the lead. They haven't had the lead since early in the first quarter. Shell with the basketball. Kelly Walsh will take their time, I'm sure, with every possession. Bailey up high on her, goes to Lyons. Lyons with the 15-footer off the back iron. Rebound goes to Miller. Here comes East now in transition. Miller, lob pass to Buell, running the floor, on the money pass, jump stop, and lays it in, does Kai Buell, and Coach Wessling will call his first timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, and we'll take one here as well. You're listening and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. East will have Abby Erickson come in for Kai Buell, who will probably take a very minimal rest here. Miller, Erickson, Blaney, Bailey, and Brady on the floor for East. Kelly Walsh has Shell, Lyons, Spangler, Schmucker, and Caruth. It's been Shell and Caruth in this second half to bring back Kelly Walsh. We're tied at 48, and Spangler loses control of it. It was batted away by Bailey. It'll stay Kelly Walsh basketball.
But folks, we got a ball game here. Again, 3 minutes or at least 3.5 left. And again, both teams are tied 48 apiece.
Miller, as they try to trap in the corner. Miller comes up with the steal. Now Bailey's on the floor. They go between the legs as we see 3 players go to the floor. Lyons comes up with it for Kelly Walsh. Bounce pass down low. Caruth blocked, but there's Shell on the backside. Her shot is long, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. It looked like an East steal, and it came into a Kelly Walsh fast break, and now Shell will shoot 2 as that Brady will pick up her 4th foul, team 8th. Shell puts up the first. Sorry, Nick.
Oh, no problem. Again, shooting time for Kelly Walsh as now they have the 1-point lead. Again, for the remainder of this contest, forecast for Kelly Walsh, again, they are in the bonus.
Shell 5 for 5 from the free throw line as she hits her first, trying to give Kelly Walsh again the 2-point lead, and that one misses, but the rebound comes to Schmucker. Pass to Caruth, and then Kai Buell will pick up her 4th foul. She tried to go for the shot block, but with Caruth getting an offensive rebound, they'll go to the line to shoot 2 more, so no boxing out on the free throw attempt by East there.
And that's going to be the 3rd personal foul called on her, but 19th foul.
They called that on Blaney. I thought that was a Buell. They'll call it on Blaney, which works out in the favor for East as Blaney just has 3. She'll come out for Emma Jacobson. Caruth misses her first. Second one on the way, and that one's good. The 2-point lead for Kelly Walsh as they'll come out in a full court pressure, it looked like. Instead, it's just going to be Spangler making Kai Buell think about those dribbles down the floor. Buell tried to dribble handoff, instead picks up her dribble. Now she needs to face up. Instead, we get a timeout called, a 30-second timeout called by Coach Eric Wessling. A 30-second timeout here for us on 1480 KRAE. .302 left in the 4th quarter. Erickson, Buell, Miller, Jacobson, and Brady on the floor for East as they're down 2 to Kelly Walsh, who has Spangler, Shell, Lyons, Caruth, and Schmucker on the floor.
The crazy thing to think about right now is Kelly Walsh up by 2. Again, this is the Cheyenne East team at least at halftime, had a 7-point lead against the Lady Trojans.
They had a lead as big as 8 as Miller turns the ball over. Shell comes up with the steal. With the basketball is Spangler, 2-point lead for Kelly Walsh. Their largest lead tonight has been 3, and that was back when it was in the first quarter and 3-0 was our score. Lyons goes baseline, kick out, Caruth from the elbow. It's off the left iron and the rebound. Schmucker grabs it over the back of Miller. Caruth grabs that offensive rebound too strong, and then it comes out to Jacobson finally. So 2 extra chances for Kelly Walsh, and they can't put them in. On the other end, Brady with a nice entry pass from Buell. Can't get the right-hand shot to fall, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul was on Isabel Lyons, her first.
Team 6 for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Brady knocks in the first one. We're at a 1-point game as Lloyd and Struby checked back in for Kelly Walsh. Schmuck and Lyons come out, as well as Blaney for East comes in for Jacobson. Brady puts up the next one. It's too strong. Her first missed free throw tonight is ill-timed as well. 50 to 49. Kelly Walsh with the 1-point lead, 2:17 left in this 4th quarter. Shell with the basketball. Buell and Erickson trying to double team. Buell ties it up, but a timeout called first by Coach Tuami. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a quick 1-minute timeout here as well. You're listening and watching to high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Kelly Walsh will inbound it right in front of their bench on the baseline, 50-49. Kelly Walsh with the lead. They've had the lead for most of this fourth quarter and haven't relinquished it. Lob pass down low, and Buell did a good job to bat the pass away from Caruth. It's going to be out of play, and it will stay Kelly Walsh basketball. 2:09 left here on the Pepsi scoreboard. As Strube looking to lob it to Caruth. Instead, we'll lob it up top to Spangler. Spangler with the basketball. Miller way up top on her. Blaney tried to jump that pass to Lloyd, but Lloyd did a good job cutting her off. She has it. Goes to Spangler. They work up high on the perimeter, and then Miller will be called for the foul, and that's going to send Spangler to the line to shoot 2.
That'll be double bonus time for at least Casper Kelly Walsh at this point, as they'll pick up their 10th team foul.
For East, they just need to make sure they don't foul Danny Lynn Shell. She's the only one that shoots in plus percentage as Spangler misses her first. Shell came in at 100%. She's on the season even with tonight. 9 for 10 on the season. Spangler's just 50% on the season as she goes 1 for 2 there, and the lead is back up to 2. Miller will walk it across the timeline with 1:50 left. 51-49, East down by 2. Erickson has it, goes to Blaney on the left side. They're looking to go down low to Brady. Shell there to help though. Miller has it on the right wing, goes to Brady on that right block. She's double teamed. Kick out, Erickson doesn't take the 3, goes in the lane, puts up the right hand scooper up and in, and a good time for Erickson to get her first 2 points. We're tied up at 51, and a timeout called by Wessling. A 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. As far as how many timeouts both teams have, we think East has 3. We know for sure Kelly Walsh has 2 left. We're tied up at 51. East out in a full court pressure, 1:31 left. Long pass to Strube. She goes off the fingertips and out of play. She crashes into the wall towards that corner over by the student section.
How about that? Yeah, a very, at least, good opportunity, good miscue by Casper Kelly Walsh for Cheyenne East to take advantage of right now.
East now with a chance to take their first lead since relinquishing it here in this fourth quarter. Miller with the dribble handoff to Buell. Buell hits the backdoor cutting Erickson. Kick out pass Miller, open for 3. It's blocked, but it comes right to Erickson. Kai Buell with the basketball, will set it back up with the screen and roll from Miller. Gets in the lane, left hand, scooper up and in. Kai Buell with a big 2 points, and East State retakes the lead with the 1 minute left. And then Miller comes up with the steal. A turnover for Kelly Walsh, as Sydney Miller picks up her 5th steal tonight.
How about this turnaround for Cheyenne East? Look at the heart that they have right now on the floor right now.
Well, Sydney Miller's, you've seen her get run over, and every loose ball, she's the first one on the floor. 1 minute left, 53-51, East with the lead, and Buell with the basketball for Cheyenne East. Goes to Blaney on the left wing. Caruth up high on her, tried to bat it out of the hands of Blaney, who picks up her dribble, now goes to Buell. Buell with the basketball, trying to work on Splinger, gets into the lane. She's collapsed on by 3 players. Blaney with the basketball. Blaney gets around her defender, puts up the right hand shot, banks in and out, but she grabs her own rebound, puts it up too strong. Brady grabs the rebound, back to Blaney. Erickson open for 3. Rolls in! Abby Erickson gets the shooter's touch. She's got 5 big fourth quarter points. 56-41 the lead. Strube with the basketball, bounce pass, Caruth has it on the elbow. There's 18 seconds left. Kelly Walsh has to hurry, and Buell comes up with the steal for East. She looks to dribble it out. No foul so far for Kelly Walsh. and Buell will have the basketball, and she's finally fouled. No, a timeout called by Coach Wessling. A couple of big time turnovers. It's a 30-second timeout by Coach Wessling. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. Kelly Walsh had one more foul to give, as that was just their 6th team foul. Kai Buell coming up with a huge steal.
But again,
it took Kelly Walsh a long time to foul as well.
A lot of time clicked off right there, where again now with East.
Buell with the basketball, and again, Kelly Walsh, no interest in fouling. And for East, they'll run away with the victory after being down by 1 with a minute left. They win by 4, and Abby Erickson, a tying bucket and a go-ahead 3 to put the game on ice, as Abby Erickson comes alive, Nick, right when it mattered, and that's what you like to see out of your seniors.
Absolutely. Again, this is a team that it looked like kind of gave up there at the final minutes of this 4th quarter, but came back, had all the heart, all the tenacity, and again comes away with the 5-point victory, taking care of this very good Lady Trojans outfit out of Casper Kelly Walsh. And for Cheyenne East, Lady T-Birds, they're going to move to 7-1 on this early part of the 2018-2019 campaign. So Coach Wessling, he's got something special on the floor right now with his East Lady T-Birds.
Yeah, and for East, this is a character win as well. You're up in the game for the most part. You go down in the 4th quarter, but then you see your senior leadership, Kai Buell, Madison Blaney, and then Abby Erickson coming up with some big buckets for East to take that victory here tonight. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll get you some stats, final stats for you, and then get you set up for the boys' game here tonight. A 2-minute timeout here on 1480 KRAE.
Well, welcome back to the Thunderdome here. Nick Proetti alongside with Chris Bolton as he's going to run down a few starters as we get ready for the boys' action coming up here in about 9.5 minutes here at Cheyenne East High School. Do want to take this opportunity right now to thank our fine sports sponsors. Again, without them, we would not be able to bring you high school football, high school basketball, and also to LCCC basketball, as we have been carrying here for a long time, at least here in the 2018 and now getting close to the 2019 calendar year. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Baskin-Robbins, Cheyenne State Bank, Merit Plumbing and Heating, Chick-fil-A, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, Gill Window Company, Best Western Plus, Frontier Inn, Little Philly, Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service, Platte Valley Bank, Taco John's, Marv's Plumbing and Heating, First Tier Bank, Big Apple Bagels, and also to the Cheyenne Stampede. Also on top of that, Pepsi of Cheyenne, as we look to the Pepsi scoreboard, as East, the Lady T-Birds, they walk away with a 56-51 victory a few minutes ago. Medicap Pharmacy, Kia of Cheyenne, Linux Auto Body, the Breadbasket Bakery, First Education, Federal Credit Union, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, B&B Appliance and TV, Capital Lumber Company, Halliday Motors, and also to McGee Hernan Pies LLP. As my broadcast partner has gotten his starters there from the coaching staffs, as again we're getting ready, almost game time here for the boys action as we have a double dip here on 1480 KRAE. It's our final basketball, at least contest, basketball broadcast for the 2018 calendar year. So again, we'll also go through stats here as I'll give you a chance to tabulate those, calculate them as it looks like you're all ready. But how about this? We just take a quick 1 minute timeout. We'll be back with those at least stats here on 1480 KRAE.
Again, it was a 56-51 thriller here at the Thunderdome in our girls game. Let's take you through the stats. First for Kelly Walsh. They committed 15 turnovers, a couple of big ones down the stretch. As far as when they had a chance to really put the game away, they turned the ball over a little bit at the end. As far as individual stats go, they were led by Danilyn Shell. She had 17 points, 14 for Corinne Caruth, who also chipped in with 9 rebounds. 5 points for Lyons, 7 points for Struby, 4 for Lloyd, 2 for Schumacher, and then 1 for Jayla Johnson and Kylie Spangler. For Cheyenne East, they were led by Abby Brady, who had to play a lot of minutes with Kaylee McEwen out. She had 15 points. Kai Buell chipped in with 13, 12 for Madison Blaney, 7 points for Sydney Miller, who also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals. So filled up the box score tonight, did Sydney Miller.
Yeah, Sydney Miller was just all over the place. What a phenomenal effort she gave for Cheyenne East tonight. And again, coming away with that 5-point victory, she was a big help for Coach Eric Wessling tonight.
Brooke Bailey also added 5 in the first half, and then Abby Erickson, her 5 points, all of them coming within that last minute. Had the scooper that gave them the lead and had the 3-pointer that put the game away for Abby Erickson. That's your individual point totals. As again, Nick said, East will go to 7-1 on the season, and for
Kelly Walsh, they will move to 3-2 on this early part of the 2018-2019 campaign. And again, just to quickly recap as we're getting close to at least boys action here at the Thunderdome. Again, that was almost a fourth quarter collapse there by Cheyenne East. It was a very tight-knit, at least ball game. At least for the majority of that fourth quarter, Casper Kelly Walsh had the lead in that contest. So for Coach Wessling, for that group, what a victory. What a hard-nosed fought battle against the Lady Trojans. Again, a team that you're going to potentially see coming up in state tournament time once again. They are a good outfit, and I give credit to Casper Kelly Walsh and what they did. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. We'll be back more with our halftime, our pregame show, postgame show here on 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to East High School. We're in the Thunderdome where we get ready for the boys as Kelly Walsh coming in at 4-0. Their head coach Randy Roden and his starters will look as so. Number 2, Ross Padilla, senior guard, and then senior forward, number 3, Davion McAdam. A junior forward, number 11, Cade Marsh, senior guard, number 13, Sage Coventry, and then their big man, senior center, who's also the left tackle for their team as well.
He's a
number
big boy.
23, Connor Shaw. They shoot 44% from the field, 40% from 3, 71% from the free throw line. They're scoring 66 points per game. They're giving up 42 points per game. And as we said in the pregame way back, it seems like a long time ago, this is the team that knocked out this East basketball team for their chance to win a state title. So
Again,
little revenge on their mind.
With a small little footnote, they upset them in their home gym as well too there at Kelly Walsh again, as regionals was, or at least again the opening round of state tournament up there in Casper was moved from Casper College to Kelly Walsh due to the Region 9 tournament happening up there. So yes, for Coach at least Rusty Horsley, again, transitioning from the women, at least girls side to the boys side, was a part of this at least outfit, saw what happened up there. And again, yes, revenge on this mind. Again, a lot of these players who experienced that, again, heartbreak up there in Casper, yeah, they're looking forward to this one and hopefully come away with a victory tonight.
We'll take a 30-second timeout and have the East starting lineup when we come back right here on 1480 KRAE. Year head coach Rusty Horsley and his East Thunderbirds. They're 4-0. They're power to play champs last week in Windsor. His starting lineup will be a junior guard, number 2, Xavier McCord, senior guard, number 4, Tanner Muchmore, senior forward, number 22, Eric Oliver, and then the senior center, number 55, Onyx Jackson, as again Coach Rusty Horsley, who's in his first year. Of course, he's very familiar with East basketball, a guy that has been to state championships with the ladies.
Won a title as well too with the Lady T-Birds, so yeah.
So very much so a maybe new face to the boys basketball, but not a new face to East basketball, especially to East basketball fans. We'll take our final timeout before the tip-off here. We'll have a sportsmanship code as well as the national anthem as we go to break, as you're watching and listening to high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Welcome back inside the Thunderdome as the teams are about to have the starting lineups announced, as we'll take you through our jerseys for tonight. Luckily, no changes, as Kelly Walsh will be in the road greens with the white letters and numbers. East will be in the home whites with the baby blue letters and numbers. And again, I know you'll probably hear me complain about it every single time, but thank goodness I can still see the numbers, and that's all that matters here in this second one.
Well, at least you're not like Pops, who needs glasses right now to see anything in front of him. So at least be thankful you're not at that moment of your life right now. So again, as we'll get ready for the kind of extravagant opening lineups here, at least introductions here at the Thunderdome. Again, they put on a big spectacle every time here, and it's something that, again, is going to be kind of a miss once we head over to Story Gym, where we see the likes of East versus Central or South versus East. So, again, if you folks have not been out here, or if you're tuning in on the YouTube or Periscope side, again, it's something to kind of watch of what they do for these young athletes here for Cheyenne East.
Yeah, and truth be told, I'm supposed to be wearing glasses, but I lost them, and I haven't had them for a couple of weeks. I don't have an appointment until Thursday, so thankfully, once the Taco John invite gets here, I'll be good to go. And then once the conference gets here, it'll be like a well-oiled machine all over again.
Again, the break is much needed for you to kind of rest and relax.
That's right.
Again, you're kind of like some of these athletes who need that break to kind of get 100% full. So, I like it.
Right, absolutely. Well, Nick, in this one, you saw the size for Kelly Walsh. The biggest one being Connor Shope. Connor Shop a 6'5" center, but he's also a left tackle, so he's got a little bit of size to him. It's going to be important for East to make sure they don't let him get the basketball underneath. Could be a quick night for East if Shop gets the ball a lot down low.
Yeah, again, he is a big body out there, but for Cheyenne East, you do have some big bodies as well, too. Maybe not the height per se, but again, you look at one, Eric Oliver, he is certainly kind of built who can kind of force his way on the inside and is not afraid to kind of battle with those bigs throughout. Again, for Cheyenne East, this is a team that has revenge on their mind. It's a team that is coming in, again, only one loss. However, you are seeing at least Kelly Walsh Trojans, who are undefeated heading into this contest.
Well, for both teams are 4-0, and both teams have their own big-time stars. Davian McAdam, 19 points per game. And then, of course, we've seen Eric Oliver try to take teams on all by himself. Last year against Sheridan, when half the team was suspended, it felt like it was 1-on-4, and Oliver still put up 26 points.
It was him carrying that team last year, and again, he can certainly do that. He has that talent for Cheyenne East, and again, Coach Rusty Horsley.
East will start with the basketball, going right to left on your computer screen and your radio dials. They'll have the possession much more at the top of the arc. Man defense for Kelly Walsh to start off with. Xavier McCord will have it. Handed off to his twin brother, Demetrius. Thankfully, they have different haircuts. Onyx Jackson working down low, and he gets the easy bank for two.
And he's another big body that can work on the way, at least on the inside for Cheyenne East.
McAdam, long pass to Coventry in the lane. It's a turnover. It's Eric Oliver with his first steal tonight. Going coast to coast. McCord saves it from going out of bounds, and Jackson will slow it down. 3-ball for Oliver. Nothing but net. He's starting off hot. 2 for 2 and a 5-point lead. McAdam with the basketball for Kelly Walsh, going across the timeline. Is blocked by Oliver. That's how you want it to start right there for East. A couple of quick buckets and a block shot by your star player.
You think this team is ready to play in this contest? Absolutely.
2-3 zone here for East as Shop will get the inbound. His shot is short. Xavier McCord will grab the rebound. Much more, dribbles it across the timeline. He's met up by Ross Padilla. Xavier McCord, he's at the top of the arc, sizing up the offense. 4 out, 1 in. Kick out pass to Oliver on the left wing. He'll dribble with the right hand now, spin move into the lane. A lot of contact, no call. McCord with the 3-ball, nothing but nets. Xavier McCord for 3. It's a 8-0 lead to start here tonight. Here comes Coventry to Shop, back to, that's Cade Marsh, I beg your pardon. Now that's Coventry with it. He gets the high screen from Shop as they go screen and roll. Nice pass to Shop. He's fouled by Oliver as he went up for 2.
So Eric Oliver's going to pick up his first foul of the night. Team's first for Cheyenne East.
East starting off 3 for 3 from the field with 2 3-pointers.
You got to love that, though, starting out this contest with an 8-0 run against Casper Kelly Walsh. Coach Rusty Horsley's got to enjoy this.
We saw that high screen and roll, though. Assume we would see that a lot more tonight as Shop misses his first. Shop 5 for 6 on the season to start tonight from the free throw line. That's 83%, obviously now 5 of 7. Kelly Walsh trying to get on the board. They're down 8-0 with we're only about a minute 30 in. A shot, nothing but net on the second one. 8-1 the score. Demetrius McCord with the basketball. He's the left-handed shooting twin, and he goes to his brother Xavier, who goes between the legs a couple of times and then slows it down. Much more on the left wing. Onyx working down low against Shop. Demetrius dribbling with the left hand, now trying to back down. McAdam picks up his dribble, will go back out to his brother, and Coach Horsley calls out the play to Xavier McCord.
And again, unlike JUCO broadcasts, again, in the high school ranks, there is no shot clock.
Demetrius with the basketball, goes in the lane, splits two, puts up the wild shot, it misses, and Onyx Jackson grabs the rebound. It's blocked though and comes to McAdam. McAdam with his first rebound is double teamed, kicks it out to Padilla. Padilla goes over to Coventry. Coventry with defense being played on him by Demetrius. Trying to get around Demetrius, not able to do so. Coventry has it straight away. Will go to the right wing to Padilla as Kelly Walsh works their motion offense. McAdam with the basketball, looking to go down low to Shop, had a second, but then gets the high screen and roll. No roll, pass on the roll though. Padilla goes baseline and puts up the right-hand shot, did a good job getting around the shot block attempt of Johnson and McCord.
Not a whole lot of movement by Kelly Walsh there on that offensive play. Again, it was a lot of standing around.
Xavier with the basketball, 8-3 the score on the Pepsi scoreboard. Demetrius with it on the left baseline. He backs down McAdam, backdoor cutting much more, floater over, shot for two. Good sharing of the basketball to start here tonight for Cheyenne East.
And the former Fighting Bison, Tanner Muchmore, again, making his presence felt right now for Cheyenne East.
Three ball for Cade Marsh is nothing but net as they were able to rush it down on the full court pressure. 10-6 the score, 4:40 left here in this first quarter. Demetrius will slow it down, goes to Muchmore on the right side, now kicked up top to Oliver. Oliver with one shot attempt, a three-pointer. He goes into the lane, puts up the right-hand shot, too strong, and the rebound will come out to Marsh, who looks to go in transition. He'll now slow it down on the left wing, kick it out to Coventry, who had it batted out of his hands over towards the cheerleaders, who had to run out of the way. It'll be Kelly Walsh basketball. We'll see a couple of substitutions, Aiden Colgan and Chance Allmiller, as well as number 5 for Kelly Walsh, Brooks Browning. Allmiller led the state in interceptions for football. Now going to show off some basketball.
Yep, some skills. And I do want to correct myself again, Tanner Muchmore, not a former South product. He's been with Cheyenne East. You know, at least it's early season for myself.
Right, everyone's got to work the kinks out. McAdam with the basketball, gets the screen from Browning, but doesn't go with the roll. He's into the lane now, slows his dribble up. Good defense there by Allmiller. It's on the baseline to Padilla. Another screen and roll. This time they give it to Marsh, who puts up the baseline jumper up and in. As from 10 feet, he's got 5 points, 10-8 the score, as Kelly Walsh has started to right the ship after that 8-0 run. Allmiller with the basketball, spin move, goes baseline, right hand, floater up and in. Nice aggressive take for Chance Allmiller, his first 2 points off the bench. 12-8 the score in favor of East. Coventry with the basketball. Allmiller goes to double team. It goes to McAdam. McAdam with nobody on him. Now Oliver meets him in the paint. Right shot over Oliver. Bounces off the rim a couple of times. Rebound to Marsh, who will lay it up and in for 2. He's got 7. 12-10 the score in favor of East. Allmiller with the basketball goes to Demetrius McCord. He's the only McCord in right now for Cheyenne East. Oliver has it batted out of his hands by Coventry, and then Coventry will push Oliver out of bounds with the first foul on Kelly Walsh, and the first one on Coventry.
So as Chris said, again, first foul call for Casper Kelly Walsh coming in, again with 3:14 left here in this first quarter.
Jake Rail will come in for Cheyenne East. And Cole Michaeli will come in as well for East. It's Rail with the basketball, goes to Colin on the left wing. Oliver straight away 3 will take the shot, nothing but net. Oliver's got 6 2 3-pointers. 15-10 the score is East. Comes out sizzling from behind the arc. With the basketball into the timeline goes Michael Bradley, who checks in. He has to slow his dribble up. McAdam now dribbling with the right hand, gets in the lane. Left hand shot too strong. Rebound comes to Oliver. Oliver with the right hand dribble across the timeline for East. Slows it down and goes to Allmiller straight away. Allmiller high screen from Oliver. They try to go with the pick and pop. Oliver will go to Colgan instead on the baseline. Reverse court, Rail fakes the three. Goes to Allmiller on the right side. Allmiller going into the lane, working on McAdam. Bank shot too strong. Rebound comes to Bradley. Bradley with 2 players on him. It's McElai and Allmiller. Bradley gets around him now. McAdam into the lane, puts up the right hand. Shot, foul, and 1 for Davion McAdam. His first 2 points tonight. And for East, the foul's on Rail. His first, team second, as McAdam will go to the line to get to attempt 3 the hard way.
Look for the and 1, and again, kind of chip away at this East lead as they've been trying to throughout this first quarter.
Lane Fanto for Kelly Walsh checks in. McAdam, his free throw attempt is nothing but net. The 71% free throw shooter who gets to the line more than anybody else on his team. 22 times now, gets the N1 opportunity, 15-13 to score.
That's something to keep an eye out as well, too, for Cheyenne East throughout this contest, and also, too, something that I would assume Coach Rusty Horsley has got his eye on to kind of avoid him for foul shots.
Xavier comes in for Demetrius. Much more comes in for Eric Oliver for East. Allmiller goes to the lane, too strong on the take, and the rebound comes to Fanto. Here comes Kelly Walsh now in transition. Coventry slowed down by much more on the right wing. Browning has it, goes down low to Shop. McCord working on Shop, or playing defense on Shop, and they're going to get a push-off foul on Connor Shop.
So that'll be team foul number 2 for Casper Kelly Walsh and East basketball.
And for Shop, his first. Just 2 turnovers in the entire game in this fast pace, 1 per, and it's 15-13 with 1:45 left on the Pepsi scoreboard. Allmiller has it on the left wing. McCord gets the ball down low, working on Coventry. He's now double teamed. Turnaround jumper for McCord. It's short. Allmiller comes up with a rebound and a foul on Brooks Browning. No, they're going to say Allmiller stepped out of bounds, but he got rode out of bounds by Browning. And Coach Rusty Horsley is asking the official on this side exactly the same question I'm asking.
And trying to get an explanation, and it looks like he did not get it.
Coventry across the timeline. McCord on him up top. Dribbling with the right hand, will now reverse court. Bradley on the left wing, high screen and roll for Shop. Instead, he just gives it to him on the wing. Kick out, pass to Bradley, driving baseline, a lot of contact, no call. 3-ball attempt by Bradley on the right wing, hit too hard off the iron, and a offensive foul called on Browning as, I guess, Nick, they say the ball never lies?
It certainly didn't right there, so again, he'll pick up the foul, team third for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Michaelai will come out, Demetrius, and Michaelai, Rail, and Allmiller will come out. So the starting 5 back out on the floor for East. Much more Oliver, the McCord twins, and Jackson.
As you can hear my partner over there struggling a bit. Yes, it is a little dry up here in the Thunderdome. Again, also too, want to mention good crowd on hand here watching this battle between these 2 teams.
Not too much empty space, especially in the student section area. Oliver with the basketball, gets into the lane, left-hand scooper up and in as he gets around Coventry. He's got 8, 17-13 as we're under a minute. Bounce pass comes in to Fanto, almost loses control. McCord gets a hand on it, goes to his brother Demetrius, goes up for the slam and is fouled on the way up and loses control. He tried to bring the fans up into a frenzy if he was able to get that one to go and the foul.
And that'll be 14 foul call on Casper Kelly Walsh.
And the foul was on Bradley, his first. And as my partner said, fellow tag team champ, the 4th team, as that sends McCord to the line to shoot 2.
And extend out this lead against the Trojans.
McCord's first, rattles in and out as Cade Marsh will come back in. Marsh was 7 points here in this first quarter as Connor Shop will come out.
Got a very fast first quarter between these 2 again. These 2, of what we saw in the girls, at least action, like to move up and down very fast.
Demetrius gets the second one to roll home. He's got his first point, 18-13 the score, 5-point lead. Across the timeline comes Bradley. His pass is knocked away by Oliver, who comes up with a steal. Here comes Eric Oliver, dribbles through 2, lays it in with the left hand. Is there anything this kid cannot do?
And Eric Oliver just being out there just like his brother Elijah used to do here at Cheyenne East and for LCCC.
Coventry, good takeover. Jackson gets his first 2 points, 20-15 the score. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. McCord going for the dunk, missed it, and much more able to grab the rebound, but he steps out of bounds. No, he traveled. So McCord went for the dunk, the highlight dunk, Didn't get it as Eric Oliver will come out with 6 seconds left. Coach Horsley not wanting him to pick a cheap foul here in the end of the quarter. We've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah, we certainly have. 6 seconds left for Casper Kelly Walsh.
McCord almost takes that one away. Allmiller will come and pick up the quick foul, and for Allmiller, his first, team third with 2.7 seconds left. And you can hear Coach Horsley down low saying, don't foul.
And Coach Horsley as well, too, kind of looking at least the opposing head coach for Casper Kelly Walsh, kind of grinning at him.
Coventry throws that one out of play, and that is the horn. I'll see if they put any, yeah, they're going to put more time on the clock. Should be about 0.3 seconds left, I believe. We could go back to the video if we really wanted to, right?
I don't go to milliseconds on my clock, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yes, I do believe that there should be, again, around, at least they're going to put a half a second up there.
All right, so enough time to catch and shoot, and it will be Kelly Walsh basketball. 20-15 the score here in the first quarter. And that pass is knocked out of bounds, and once again the horn goes to 0, but they're going to say 0.2 seconds.
And as that bounces off an East player right back in, so another opportunity for the Trojans here.
Marsh inbounds it, throws it up, and he stepped out of bounds, and now they're going to put 0.1 second. So this is on you, Nick, because you said this first quarter was going so fast. In the last 0.5 seconds,
actually,
we've had 3 whistles.
They're going to put 0.2 seconds back on the board, unfortunately. So, yes, again, the quarter that just won't end for whatever reason.
Not enough time to really do much of anything. Much more, we'll just have to throw it in. And we'll lob it into Miller. Puts it up before the horn, and he doesn't get to the full. That would have counted, but that's the end of the quarter. Kelly Walsh and East through 1. East has the 20-15 lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. Kelly Walsh back with their starting 5, McAdam, Coventry, Marsh, Shop, and Padilla. For East, they'll have their starting 5, the McCord twins, much more, Jackson and Oliver. 20-15, Kelly Walsh will start with the basketball here in the second quarter. With the basketball, it's Ross Padilla, bounce pass. 10 points for Eric Oliver in that first quarter. Coventry to the lane, too strong, and Xavier grabs the rebound. Xavier will now walk it across the timeline. Goes over to Muchmore on the right wing as they spread it out and run their 4-out, 1-in offense. Right side, Oliver with the basketball. Coventry not giving him a lot of space over there on that wing. Jackson reverse courts to Muchmore. Now it's McCord right in front of the Kelly Walsh bench. Skip pass to Oliver, puts up a deep 3. It's going to be short, and the rebound will come to Padilla. Just didn't give it a chance from the get, did Oliver on that shot. Padilla will shove off much more as he crosses across the timeline. McAdam with the basketball on the right wing, driving on Oliver. Nice driving kick, but Shop couldn't handle the pass. Must be why he played offensive lineman instead of tight end. 7 minutes on the clock as McAdam's 3 ball is missed, and Xavier grabs another rebound, his 3rd one tonight. Demetrius with the basketball. Across the timeline, spins around, goes with the left hand. Nice screen by Jackson. He'll grab the rebound on the miss, put up the shot. He's fouled on the way back up.
The question right now is who is it going to be called on? Team's 5th for Casper Kelly Walsh. They're going to call it on Schaub, so he's going to pick up his 2nd.
It's a big second foul because that's a big body that's on the floor for Coach Randy Roden. Jackson misses the first one as it tried to climb in through the front iron but came back out. He's starting off 1 for 3 from the free throw line, whereas you got Kelly Walsh is 1 for 3.
So both teams kind of keeping that pace right now behind the charity stripe.
Brooks Browning will come in for Shop, who takes a seat with his 2 fouls. Jackson gets set for his second. Jackson had 2 points in the first quarter. 20-15, 6:50 left here in the second quarter, and Jackson hits the second one. He's got 3, it's a 6-point lead. Largest lead is 8. The Thunderbirds started an 8-0 run. Padilla getting hounded by much more all the way down the court. Coventry has it on the right wing, picked up by Jackson on the screen as they switch down low. It's Marsh. His shot's too strong. Xavier grabs another rebound. Lob pass over the head of Jackson. And by my count,
your official count, yes.
It's just the 3rd turnover for East in first quarter and change. Both teams with just 3 turnovers each. Falling to the floor is Coventry, and that's going to be East basketball. So there's a turnover. There's 4 on Kelly Walsh.
Kind of a bizarre miscue there by the Trojans, but again, fortunately comes out at least now on the offensive end for Cheyenne East.
Eric Oliver will inbound it for East. 21-15, 6:30 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Has Jackson down low, calling for it, but didn't get it. Oliver has the basketball. Jackson now with a size advantage down low. Oliver picks up his dribble, though. Demetrius driving baseline. Nice Euro step. They're going to get the travel beforehand.
Yeah, it took a little too many steps on the at least on the inside, trying to work through that Kelly Walsh defense.
Coach Horsley saying that wasn't a travel. Of course, if you see James Harden last night, I would explains why
he kind of walked a mile.
Yeah. And McCord, compared to that, McCord only went maybe across the street. Padilla with the basketball. Goes to McAdam on the left wing. Oliver still playing defense out on him. High screen and roll. Instead, it's McAdam going baseline. Turn around. Bank shot. No good. And Oliver will pick up his 2nd foul. So foul trouble here for Cheyenne East, as their star guard will have to more than likely come out with 6:05 here in the second quarter. McAdam will go to the line to shoot 2.
As you mentioned, Oliver picking up his 2nd, team's 4th foul for Cheyenne East.
Student section trying to get in the head of McAdam, and it worked. He misses his 1st.
Like I said, again, JUCO's already out for the Christmas break. At least good to see that the high schoolers here at Cheyenne East showed up for this contest again as well. Good crowd on hand on both sides here in the Thunderdome.
Chance Allmiller comes in for Eric Oliver. One nice thing about a high school, you know, all the kids live around here, as opposed to JUCO. Sometimes they don't live around the campus.
Yeah, hope you get some from the dorms.
McAdam hits his 2nd one. Goes 1 for 2. It's 21-16 with 6 minutes left. Xavier with the basketball. Dribbling with the right hand, goes to his brother Demetrius on the left wing. Much more on the right wing. East is going to have to find some secondary scoring with Oliver on the bench. Extra pass, much more for 3 on the right wing. It's short, but Allmiller loses out on the rebound to McAdam. It looked like he had it for a second, and there goes Marsh running the floor, lays it in with the left hand. He's got 9, and it's a 3-point lead now for Kelly Walsh.
And the missing presence of Eric Oliver off the court right now is certainly being felt.
Bounce pass, Jackson has it, may have gotten away with the push as he has it up high. Now spins around Browning, goes in the lane, puts up the double pump shot, it rolls out. The rebound comes to Demetrius, who lays it in with the left hand, but too strong again. So lays it out, so some would say. Coventry grabs the rebound, his 1st one tonight, and the pass to McAdam is going to be last touched by McAdam. It's going to be a turnover.
And McAdam on that play kind of bounced it off a shoe out of bounds. So here's another opportunity to take advantage for the Thunderbirds.
Aiden Colgan will come in for Onyx Jackson. 21-18 the score in favor of East with 5 minutes left here on the Pepsi scoreboard. McCord fakes the handoff to his brother. Now we'll give it to him as Xavier will set up the offense. McCord on the right wing. Got everybody shaded towards McCord way as much more drives, and that one rolls in for much more. He's got 4 points.
A very friendly roll right there for McCord.
And it's a 5-point lead. Bradley with the basketball, goes between his legs as Demetrius is up high on him. McAdam on the left wing, spins around Allmiller, gets into the paint, puts up the right hand shot. He's fouled on the way up. And if that's Allmiller, that's 2 on him as well. It is on Allmiller.
So that's another piece of the puzzle for Coach Rusty Horsley. Again, do not want to see you pick up that second foul. Team's 5th foul for East.
And for Davion McAdam, a guy that gets to the line more than anybody in the 4A thus far, is at the line once again and hits his first.
So basically, you're telling me he's got a lot of practice from behind that charity stripe.
He does. He's an aggressive player. A lot of these Kelly Walsh kids, we saw them in football, and you saw how aggressive they were on the ground and pound with the way they play their offense. And they're pretty meaty as well, so they're okay with the contact. McAdam goes 2 for 2 at the line. Lead back to 3. McAdam will check out. He's got 6 points as he comes to the bench.
You talk about a lot of these players of Kelly Walsh on the football side. Same with what we see on the court with Cheyenne East. They matched up here just across the way at Okie Blanchard and came away with a thrilling win earlier this year.
Graydon Buell, their quarterback, also plays basketball, but he's sidelined with an injury as we got an offensive foul on Aiden Colgan. His first, team 6th. As we'll see Rail come in for much more.
As well to see a full court press by Cheyenne East here.
Cole Michaeli also checks in for Demetrius McCord. Another substitution as that's inside to Coventry, and that rolls in for 2. 23-22 is Coach Horsley with the foul trouble is having to go deep into his bench.
And it's something he did not want to do right now. And again, missing those key players, it's hurting East.
Nice drive by McCord as he lays it in with the right hand. That's Michael Pope who's in for Cheyenne East. With the basketball, Coventry has it on the left wing, 25-22, East with the lead. Skip pass, stolen by McCord. McCord has Coventry coming from behind. He tries to dunk, and for the second time, he missed it. And that's gonna drive Coach Horsley crazy, but Colgan comes up with another steal.
In the basket right now, rejecting those dunks by McCord.
McCord kicks it over to Pope, open for 3. It's gonna be off the back iron, and Marsh will grab the rebound. Here comes Marsh in transition. He puts up the 3, it's off the back iron, and Xavier will grab the rebound, his 5th rebound.
And they're gonna slowly get across the timeline here, take a little time.
McCord calling out for someone to come and give him a screen. Pope obliges. Now he's looking to go baseline, kick out pass to Colgan, who puts up the left elbow jumper, knocks it in. Colgan with his first 2 points. It's a 27-22 lead for East, who had 20 points in the first quarter. That's just their 7th point. It's a 7-7 here in this second quarter. With the basketball, Fanto on the right wing, dribbling with the left hand, stops at the left elbow. Kick over to Bradley, open for 3. He's fouled and 1, and that was Bradley, and he was fouled by Jake Rail, his second, team 7th, and a rare 4-point play coming for for Kelly Walsh.
Actually, no, again, I do believe that was called against Casper Kelly Walsh.
We'll have to figure that one out because
they're about to inbound for Cheyenne East. Says we got a timeout called right now.
It looks like it was an off-ball foul on Aiden Colgan, but it was before the basket went in, so Kelly Walsh won't get the basketball. We'll get it situated. We got a timeout here, a quick 30-second timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. It out. The basket counted by Bradley for 3. The foul was after the bucket went through, after the ball went through, and the foul was on Brooks Browning, his second. So both teams now with 6 fouls each with 2:25 left.
It sounded like the foul. The whistle was called as that shot was being taken by Casper Kelly Walsh. So a little confusion here on at least again the made 3 by Casper, but here it is, Cheyenne East with the 2-point advantage.
Hey, it's their preseason as well for the Stripes.
Apparently.
Rail with the basketball will go to Jackson, who checks in for East on the right wing. It's Colgan, Jackson, Rail, Pope, and Michaeli, and it's an offensive foul on Jackson, illegal screen. So Onyx Jackson picks up his first team 7th. For Kelly Walsh, they have Marsh, Bradley, Fanto, of course, much more, and Demetrius McCord will come in for Michaeli and Pope.
And again, for Kelly Walsh Trojans, they are at least in the bonus time right now for the remainder of this first half.
And they have Fanto, Bradley, Marsh, McAdam, and Coventry. That's who Kelly Walsh has on the floor as well, as we had a bunch of substitutions quickly there with under 2 minutes. McAdam trying to drive, kick out, open for 3 is Coventry on the right wing, and it's long, and Rail grabs the rebound. Here's Kate Colgan. He'll pick up his dribble as he's about 15 feet, goes to McCord. McCord backing down Coventry, dribbling with the left-hand baseline, puts up the wild shot. It's off the mark, and the rebound comes up to Fanto. A little strong on the take by Demetrius McCord. Bounce pass, Bradley will drive baseline on Pope, gets around him, over the shot block of McCord and lays it in. Impressive shot by Bradley. We're tied up at 27 with 1:20 left here in the second quarter. Demetrius has it again. Eric Oliver on the bench with 2 fouls. And not a lot of secondary offense for East. McCord, deep 3, it's off the back iron, and there's another rebound for Fanto.
Well, you mentioned with Eric also too, again, Demetrius' brother, Xavier, sitting on the bench as well.
Coventry gets around Colgan, who falls to the floor, and that gets the Kelly Walsh bench up. And for Coventry, he's got 6, 29-27. Kelly Walsh with their first lead tonight as we're under a minute here in the first half.
Kind of stunned this crowd right now with the 2-point lead that the Trojans have.
McCord with the basketball. A lot of contact, no call. He's still able to keep his dribble. Then Bradley comes up with a steal and then a foul. Bradley will go to the line to shoot. The foul's on Rail. That's his second, team 8th. It's now 7 turnovers for East, as Xavier will come in for Colgan.
As we mentioned before, Xavier McCord with 2 fouls.
So Bradley at the line, making his first 2 free throw attempts. Rattles in for the first, so he'll get 1 more. And for the junior guard, he's got 6 straight points for Kelly Walsh, and they have their largest lead of the night with 38 seconds, being a 3-point lead. Second one on the way, rolls through every part of the rim and then falls through the nylon. He goes 2 for 2. 4-point lead with 35 seconds. Xavier with the basketball. Kick out much more. Baseline 3 off the back iron. Rebound will come out to Rail. Puts up the shot. It's blocked by McAdam, but they're going to get the foul before the block shot, I believe, on Fanto.
That block was kind of with a little authority out of bounds. So that'll be team 7th foul for Casper. Kelly Walsh puts East in the bonus.
Rail will go to line to shoot 2. They're 1 for 4 tonight. Is East from the free throw line. Rail's first is going to be nothing but net. As we'll see Michaeli come in for the shooter. 31-28, 26.8 seconds left. Kelly Walsh with the lead. Saw East jump out to a quick 8-0 lead, but Kelly Walsh did a good job erasing that as Rail hits both, and he'll come out of the game for Michaeli.
Well, I think Kelly Walsh, the plain and simple fact of it is they took advantage of Eric Oliver sitting on the bench for East.
That's true too. It's full court pressure, and what Kelly Walsh has no issue getting around it. Bounce pass to McAdam. He fakes the 3, goes into the lane, turnaround 18-footer off the right iron, and the rebound comes to Coventry as Jackson tried to grab it with one hand, and Coventry stole it from him. 11 seconds left in the quarter, and Coach Roden tells his team to save it for one last attempt. 4 seconds. Bradley throws up a wild 3 off the mark. Jackson, 3-quarter shot. It counts if it goes, but hits the speakers at the top, and will go to the half. Kelly Walsh 31. East 29. We'll take a 2-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. inside the Thunderdome where Cheyenne East is down to 31-29. We'll take our attention back to the women as we're now joined by Coach Eric Wessling. Coach, this game may have be playing right now in mid-December, but that had a kind of a late February, early March feel to it, especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was exactly what you want. I mean, I don't think as a coach you ever want that, but it was great for us experience-wise, and late in the year kind of stuff when everybody has things ironed out, you got to come up with little things that get you big results, and I think we did that tonight.
We'll talk about one, I would say surprise, because she definitely scored a lot more than she averages, but Abby Brady, in the absence of Kaylee McEwen, really stepped up down low, gave you a lot of minutes and a lot of positive minutes as well.
She did, and you know, she had a great summer and kind of fell off a little bit in terms of just where she was mentally, and she came back this game. We talked a little bit about being more assertive and being aggressive, and she came back this game and gave us that.
And then your guard play, Sydney Miller, every time the ball was on the floor, she was the first one to dive. She fills up the box score every night, and when she does that, you guys are going to be successful more times than not.
Yeah, she's one of those kids that's pretty fun to play with, I think. You know, if I would want a Sydney Miller on my team if I was a player, because she's going to do everything she can physically possible to win you a game.
A quiet night for Kai, but she came up with big stops when she needed it. And then how about Abby Erickson as well? Her 5 points, couldn't have been any bigger 5 points in the entire game. She picked the right time to score.
Yeah, Abby kind of does that every once in a while. She just disappears in terms of the stat sheet, and then all of a sudden in big moments, there she is, and you're going, where were you? But she did great. Like I say, Kai had a bunch of small moment things, we call them, little things that lead to big things at the end. Could have been frustrated. I thought a lot of our kids could have been frustrated at times, but decided to keep playing and get through it.
Well, one thing they could have been frustrated was just how the game was called. It doesn't really, the game, the way that it was called doesn't really adhere to how you guys, the physicality that you guys like to play with. But then again, you guys were able to fight through the amount of free throws that Kelly Walsh got to shoot up, the amount of turnovers that you guys committed, some little things that you guys usually take care of. You guys were able to fight through, so it's a character win tonight, and that's good, especially early in the season.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, the character part is, that's the kind of stuff that starts to win you games in late February and early March is character, because at that point everybody's had enough practices, everybody's had enough reps to where it is going to come down to want to. And I thought we had 11 kids give us quality minutes tonight, whether it be small minutes or big minutes. They all contributed, and that's what our team's all about.
Well, nothing better than ending the new year in a win, I'm assuming you guys don't get back into action until the Taco John invite. Is that correct?
No, not till Taco John's.
All right, good deal. Well, you have a great Christmas break and much needed rest for your ladies. Hopefully you guys are able to get healthy. Again, congratulations on the 56-51 lead. We'll take a 2-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. 31-29 as we're at the break. East behind Kelly Walsh as they were outscored 16-9 in that second quarter. Let's take a look at some of our first half stats. For Kelly Walsh, they're led by Cade Marsh. He's got 9. 6 points, 6 points for Davion McAdam. 7 points for Michael Bradley as well. 6 points for Sage Coventry. Shop has 1. Ross Padilla with 2. As I try to catch my breath here, Cheyenne East.
No problem.
Cheyenne East had
take
10,
as much time as you want.
Cheyenne East had 10 points. Some foul trouble, though, for Eric Oliver in that first half. 5 points for Xavier McCord. Demetrius chipped in with 1. Tanner Muchmore had 4. Rail had 2. Aiden Coldigan with 2. Jackson with 3. And Chance Allmiller had 2 as well. And those are your first half point totals. 1 for 6 from the charity line went East. In that first half, Kelly Walsh was 4 of 6. Both teams committed 7 turnovers. We'll take another minute timeout here. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Chris Bolton joined alongside my tag team champion partner, Nick Peretti. Nick, for East, they came out guns blazing, 20 points in that first quarter, but you can see what happens when Eric Oliver gets in trouble.
Well, even that 20 points, at least in the first quarter, you talk about an 8-0 run to start out that first quarter. And yeah, I think right now the X factor of why Casper Kelly Walsh is leading by 2 points against this Eastside Thunderbird team has been the X factor of Eric Oliver, who's been sitting on the bench again with 2 fouls as he picked up 2 quick ones in that first half. So again, I don't anticipate he's going to be sitting down, but you kind of wonder if he's going to have to alter his play a bit, be a little timid again with not picking up his 4th foul coming up here in the remaining 2 quarters of this contest.
We'll see what Coach Horsley does. He had him guarding Davion McAdam, and once he picked up his first, he still was on McAdam. So Kelly Walsh and Coach Ronan did the smart thing in making McAdam have the ball. And when Adam had the ball, McAdam had the ball, he went right after Oliver and caused that contact to make the official to make the call, and it didn't go in the East's favor. East will start with the basketball. It's their starting 5, much more the McCord twins, Jackson and Oliver. Kelly Walsh will counter that with their starting 5. Padilla, McAdam, Coventry, Marsh, and Shop. Demetrius dribbling it with the right hand, comes across the timeline, will go to Xavier on the left side. Oliver on the right wing. See how he can get going here early. McCord, baseline 3-pointer is blocked, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 3, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, an easy call right there for the refs on that one. Just a little hand check on that shot.
I'm trying to see if he put up 2 or 3 fingers. Can't see from this far. Of course, I don't have glasses either, so that doesn't help. We'll just see how many he shoots in a row here and go with that. First one on the way from McCord, hits the front iron, back iron, then falls to the floor.
And misses. Again, Casper Kelly Walsh picks up their first foul here in the second half.
East down 2 to start. McCord's second one, he did get fouled on a 3-point shot as he hits his second and gets ready for his third. So McCord has a chance to tie the ball game up here in 15 seconds into the third quarter. McCord fixing his jersey there, making sure he's looking pristine, look good, feel good, play good, I guess. Second one hits the back iron, and the rebound comes to Marsh. So 1 for 3 goes Xavier at the free throw line. 31-30 as McAdam goes coast to coast. Left-hand lane's good. McAdam had no issues getting around the defense of Kelly Walsh, and we heard Coach Horsley talk about trying to get his guys to play better defense. And right there is the reason why.
Yeah, the defense kind of played a little flat-footed there, and just Casper Kelly Walsh kind of parted the Red Seas there and got at least an open look on the inside.
Oliver with the basketball goes to Demetrius, who will put up the 3 ball. It's off the right iron, and Shop grabs the rebound. Here comes Shop across the timeline, 33-30. Kelly Walsh with the lead and the basketball. McAdam left-hand scoop or reversal is off the mark, and Xavier will pick up his first foul, team first, and that's going to send McAdam to the line to shoot 2.
And I do believe, again, as you mentioned with McAdam, again, state leading, at least free throw shooter, getting more chances here.
At least per game. I forgot to look at the overall, but I know per game nobody's been on the line more attempts per game than Davion McAdam.
But it's something I mentioned in the pregame is this is a guy you need to spotlight. This is a guy you do not want shooting free throws.
And he goes 1 for 2. 4-point lead, but Shop is there with the rebound, and then his attempt is missed. Xavier grabs his 6th rebound. For Shop, that's just his 2nd. Jackson has it, gets around. Shop puts up the shot, misses it. As a good job there by Padilla to distract the shot. It's a jump ball, and Kelly Walsh will have the basketball.
But at least it will move the possession arrow in Cheyenne East's favor for the next jump ball tie-up.
34-30 with 6:51 left here in the third quarter. Coventry has the basketball as East came out initially in the full court pressure, but now will go back and play half court defense. Coventry working on Eric Oliver, who again has 2 fouls. Marsh gets the ball from Xavier McCord, and now McCord has picked up his 2nd foul here quickly in this third quarter.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls for him, 2nd team foul for Cheyenne East.
So Allmiller will come in for Jackson. They're going to have a smaller, more athletic lineup in for Coach Horsley.
Yeah, again, you're going to lose a big size right there for Cheyenne East.
McAdam has it on the left wing, fakes the 3. Now Allmiller jumps out on the screen. They switch on the man defense. Coventry has it reverse court to Padilla. Padilla gets the screen from Shop, can't hit him on the roll. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass, handoff back to Padilla. Padilla into the lane, shot from the free throw line. It's short, Xavier grabs the rebound. Goes to his brother Demetrius, looking to go coast to coast, loses the handle. Last touch by Kelly Walsh, and that's lucky for him. He dribbled that ball, and it went all the way up to his shoulder, and he lost control of it.
It almost became a turnover for Cheyenne East.
Cord has it on the right wing, now dribbles to the top of the arc, will slow it down to set up the offense. Dribbles with the left hand towards his brother, instead will reverse court to Oliver, right on the left wing, on the right wing, and he has it stripped away. McAdam comes up with a steal, he'll get the ball back, and goes around one McCord and shoots it over the other. 6-point lead, largest of the night for Kelly Walsh, as McAdam comes up with a steal and 2. Muchmore has it on the right wing. Padilla playing him right at the arc. Down low, Demetrius on the right block, backing down McAdam, puts up the shot. It's too strong. Oliver tried to grab the rebound. It's going to be last touch by McAdam. He saves it, goes right to Oliver. Xavier McCord gets around 1, puts up the left wing 3, knocks it in. Xavier McCord with his 2nd 3 tonight. 36-33, they cut the lead in half to Cheyenne East.
Good. What a way to end that cold spell on the offensive side for Cheyenne East. Again, a huge 3 right there.
Here the student section getting into it a little bit more now as Padilla trying to go down low, and it's going to be a jump ball. Good job by Allmiller. Padilla presented the basketball, and Allmiller just grabbed it. So East will have the basketball, the 9th turnover for Kelly Walsh. Muchmore goes to Allmiller on the right wing, fakes the shot, goes around. Shot, nice drive-in dish by Allmiller to Eric Oliver, who gets his first 2 points of the quarter. And the 36-35 is a mini 5-0 run here for East. Muchmore nearly had the steal by Padilla. Coventry grabs it, and now they try to double team Coventry. Dribbles out of it, goes to Padilla, reverse lay-in, up and in. Nice English put on the basketball right there by Padilla on the reverse. The score should be 39. They have the score wrong on the scoreboard. I believe it should be 38-35 as Oliver lays it in now, 38-37.
And scoreboard operator having a little difficulty keeping up as now pace is picking up a bit between these two.
Score is still wrong on the scoreboard. Of course, we have it right here because the tag team champions, we don't get it wrong.
You said that I didn't, so I'll allow it, though.
McAdam has it on the left wing. McCord up high on him, and now Allmiller will be called for the block. Allmiller picks up his third foul, team third, as Browning, Brady, and Fanto will come in for Kelly Walsh.
Yeah, massive substitution for Casper Kelly Walsh.
And we'll see.
As the scoreboard is still incorrect here at the Thunderdome.
Yeah, it's showing 39-38. It should be 38-37. Into the game for the first time for Cheyenne East is number 24, Alec Clark. With the basketball, McAdam for Kelly Walsh. His shot's going to be short, and Xavier is going to grab another rebound. Xavier almost had it turned over, is able to get it to Muchmore. Muchmore across the timeline, goes to Allmiller. Allmiller into the lane, right-hand floater, too strong, but he grabs his own rebound, and he grabbed his own rebound 2 times, hands it off to Muchmore. Muchmore is able to get the shot up, but is short on the rim.
And we're talking high percentage, just point-blank shots missed 3 times in a row by the East High Thunderbirds.
Brady with the basketball, gets around Muchmore, now it's picked up by Oliver, but then Brady was going to now slow it down as Clark and Rail will check in next whistle. Marsh with the basketball goes to Fanto. Fanto as they work a little triangle right in front of the Kelly Walsh bench. Browning has the seal down low, but it's not getting the entry pass. Brady has it as McAdam runs through to the wing. High screen and roll. And Brady will kick it out, but they're going to call a foul on the floor, and it's going to be on Eric Oliver, his third. Team fourth, and Oliver did not like that call one bit as he has his hands on his hips and his
kind of
face
looking down
to the ceiling.
Yeah, right now, as you can see, Coach Rusty Horsley as well, too. Not too happy as well.
Body language tells you everything. Eric Oliver not happy as Cole Michaeli also comes in. Kelly Walsh with the basketball. They have the 1-point lead as they have it right on the scoreboard now, 38-37. McAdam, jab step, goes in the lane. Nice cutoff there by McCord, playing good defense on McAdam. It's reverse court at Cade Marsh with the basketball, high screen and roll. Marsh with a long 3, knocks it in. Marsh with a hand in his face, knocks in his second 3, lead up to 4. Michaeli with it, tries to kick it over to the corner to McCord. It's knocked out of play by Marsh. A timeout called by Coach Rusty Horsley, as he also has some
questions. We're going to get a
technical. No, the technical foul called on Coach Rusty Horsley.
So that's going to be shooting time for Casper Kelly Walsh, at least free throw opportunities, and we'll get the ball back after that. Again, Coach Rusty Horsley, now I'm forgetting the word right now.
Technical foul.
There you go.
Davion McAdam will go to the line to shoot 2. The technical foul shots, and he rattles in the first one. Leads up to...
And again, that kind of comes, at least that technical foul by Coach Rusty Horsley. It's kind of that frustration. As I mentioned, he was not too happy with that call on Eric Oliver. Right now, it bled in, and the refs were trigger happy.
McAdam's second. That one goes home. 6-point lead for Kelly Walsh. It's their largest of the night, and they have the basketball.
Yeah, they get the ball back. Here's a chance to extend out this lead for the Trojans.
With the basketball is Fanto as he gets across the timeline and gets around Rail, kick out to McAdam. Gets around McCord, who tried to shot with the shot block, and the shot is long. Michaeli grabs the rebound. Michaeli in transition, has it stolen away by Bradley. Bradley now will slow it down in transition. We'll see Colgan check in next whistle.
Here's this X factor again. No Eric Oliver on the floor, and East is kind of collapsing right now.
Marsh has the high screen from Browning, doesn't take it, gets around it. And McAdam now goes down low. Michaeli kicks it out. Bradley for 3. Off the left iron. Xavier grabs the rebound and is hit on the head by McAdam. For McAdam will be his first, team second. For McCord, he's got 9 rebounds. So he's a board and 3 points, or sorry, a board and a point away from a double-double, as much more will come in for Jake Rail, and Shop will come in as well for Marsh, for Kelly Walsh. McAdam will also take a seat.
Here's where East needs to take advantage. They need to get points on the board, get back into this contest. It's starting to get a little out of hand.
2:05 left here on the Pepsi scoreboard. East down 6. Demetrius dribbles through his leg, is met at the left wing by Browning, goes into the middle. Right hand jumper up and in and one. Connor Schupp will be the guilty party, his third. And for Demetrius McCord, he has a chance for 3.
A team third for Casper Kelly Walsh here in the third quarter.
Leads cut to 4. Of course, right now for East, they're not shooting the basketball very well from the free throw line as McAdam takes a quick rest and Schaap comes back, has to come out with his 3rd foul.
As Demetrius is going to fix up his uniform once again.
Yeah, well, the last time it was Xavier, so you know what they say about twins. They kind of do the same stuff, and then McCord hits the and one opportunity. It's a 3-point lead now for Kelly Walsh. McAdam with the basketball. McAdam gets across the timeline himself. Double team by East, but he's able to throw out of it as Bradley grabs the basketball, slows it down, and calls out play number 1. Alec Clark up high on him. Clark playing in the JV game earlier today, but with the foul trouble, needing some extra minutes for varsity. Browning with the basketball, gets into the lane, met by Demetrius. McAdam puts up the 5-footer, short rebound comes to Colgan, and he's fouled by Coventry.
So that'll be team's 4th foul called on Casper Kelly Walsh.
And for Sage Coventry, that's his 2nd.
So again, fouls now starting to mount up for the Trojans.
East with 5, now Kelly Walsh with 4. Clark has the basketball, 2-1-2 here, or maybe a box and 1 by Kelly Walsh on defense. Muchmore has it at the top of the arc, will dribble it to the left side, goes down low to Xavier, working on Coventry, gets around him, puts up the right hand, shot and 1! So Demetrius gets the and 1, and now his brother comes back down the floor, and he gets the bucket and a chance for 3.
The team's 5th foul called against the Trojans.
And it's the 2nd foul called on, well, they haven't put in who the foul was on yet.
As we're still waiting on that. How about this turnaround, though, for Cheyenne East? And a chance right now to tie up this ball game.
So we'll wait to see who the foul is on. McCord spins the basketball, puts it up, and he gets 3 the hard way. And we're all tied up as East goes on a mini 3-0 or 6-0 run to tie the ball game up with 1:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Across the timeline goes Fanto. He nearly got away with the travel. That shot's going to go off the front iron by Bradley on the left wing. McCord grabs the rebound. He's got a double-double tonight. Goes to Clark underneath the basket. He's fouled by Fanto. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And this East basketball team starting to get out in transition and get to the basket.
And again, fouls mounting up very quickly right now for Casper Kelly Walsh. Team 6. As that's going to be called on number 4 for the Trojans. He'll pick up his 2nd.
Fanto 2nd. Team 6 as Clark hits the first one. I'm starting to run out of places here as far as the roster spots go on my sheet. Coach Horsley having to go deep into his bench.
We'll need to get you one of those college notebooks at least of how many stats are piling up in this contest.
Clark goes 2 for 2, and East is 4 of their last 4 from the free throw line.
And back up on top, leading by 2 now.
8-0 run here for Cheyenne East. Bradley with the basketball, comes with the right hand as he walks it across the timeline. Michael Pope out on him. Bradley goes between the legs, now sizing up, getting the high screen from McAdam. McAdam going to roll, but instead it's Brady with the right hand scooper. We're tied back up at 45. Good job there by Brady with the patience on that screen and roll. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Demetrius with the basketball. Goes between the legs and will slow it down. East will save it for one last basket. As Jackson will check in next whistle, as well as, I think that's Colgan down there, or could be Clark. 15 seconds left. McCord still working on McAdam. A lot of contact, no call. Xavier will fake it, go over to Muchmore for 3, who falls to the floor. His shot is long, 5 seconds left. McAdam heads up to Marsh, who will not be able to get that one to fall. The 3-quarter shot by Muchmore well after the whistle. But we'll go to the 4th quarter as we'll have another barn burner here for you. We're tied up at 45, a 1-minute timeout. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on 1480 KRAE. Fourth quarter, and another close one here, Nick, is
we got another thriller.
One possession game going into the fourth quarter. Here it's a tie ball game going into the fourth.
It's another thriller here at the Thunderdome. Again, a great action of what we've seen, great 3 quarters. Looking forward to this fourth and final one between these two high-powered offenses, these two teams that are coming into this undefeated.
Both teams come out with their starting 5. Kelly Walsh has the basketball. It's Coventry, Shop, Padilla, Marsh, and McAdam. For East, it's Oliver, Jackson, McCord, Twins, and Muchmore. Marsh has the basketball on the left wing, goes to Padilla, driving baseline on Muchmore. And offensive fouls, he threw Muchmore off. Padilla picks up his first.
Team 7th, so it will put East in the bonus for the entirety of the fourth quarter.
Good defense there by Tanner Muchmore. So after that technical foul by Coach Horsley, East is woken up both offensively and defensively.
Kind of that spark that lit the fire.
Fadeaway Jay by Oliver's an air ball, but Jackson's there for the rebound. His shot is blocked by Marsh. Padilla will slow it down. We're still tied up at 45, just 35 seconds into this fourth quarter. Padilla goes to the left wing, gets the high screen from Shop. Now looking to go on the roll, but instead goes to McAdam on the left wing. Shop has it in his shop on the left elbow, or left block. Turnaround floater, hits the back iron and falls through the twine for his first field goal, and it's a lead here for Kelly Walsh by 2. McCord trying to go coast to coast, will draw the foul, and it's going to be on McAdam, his second team. No, they're going to call an offensive foul on Dimitri. They never made a call there for a minute. I thought for sure it was an offensive or a defensive foul.
But instead, it's called against Cheyenne East. They'll pick up their team's 6th foul here in the second half.
And that's Demetrius McCord's first. Padilla looking to go coast to coast. It goes off a few players. Last touch by Demetrius McCord.
It's definitely not a good scenario there where referees took quite a while to figure out that foul call.
Again, this is their preseason as well, I guess. Shop has the basketball on the right elbow. Bounce pass down low to Coventry. Blocked by Oliver. He'll grab the loose ball. Here comes Oliver, looking to go coast to coast. Goes around Shop, lays it in for 2. And we're tied up at 47 apiece. Coventry with the basketball. You see one switch. Oliver's no longer on McAdam. They got Demetrius McCord on him. Oliver's tapped to follow Sage Coventry. McAdam, nice jab step, gets into the lane. Blocked by McCord. Offensive foul on McAdam. It was Onyx Jackson drawing the charge, and McAdam has 3 fouls now.
Team's 8th for Casper Kelly Walsh.
Cord will walk it across the timeline. It's Demetrius with it. He's picked up by McAdam just inside the arc. Dribble handoff to Oliver. Oliver with the left hand gets around Coventry, gets in the lane, kick out. Muchmore open for 3. Got it! Tanner Muchmore with the big 3, and the Thunderbirds have a 3-point lead on a nice drive and dish by Eric Oliver. And the finish by Muchmore.
And now the crowd starting to get in it for the Thunderbirds.
Padilla with the basketball, goes to Coventry on the right wing. Gets into the lane, kick out. Marsh looking to go down low to Shop. Good job by Jackson to deny the entry pass. McAdam will slow it down, wait for the high screen from Shop, gets it. Now working on Jackson, down low, Marsh nearly taken away. Padilla has it on the baseline. 5:40 left in the fourth quarter. Marsh turnaround, Jay, too strong. Rebound to Xavier McCord, who's got 11 rebounds now. Demetrius across the timeline, gets in the lane, puts up the shot. Too strong off the backboard, or too strong off the rim, and Shop grabs his 3rd rebound tonight. 50-47, East with the lead. Allmiller and Rail will check in next whistle. Or looks like just Allmiller will. McAdam with the basketball for Kelly Walsh. Bounce pass down low. Marsh with McCord on him. Turnaround, bank shot off the right iron, grabs his own rebound, puts up the putback up and in.
There's not much to do right there from McCord. Just kind of, again, good placement on the defensive side, but again, a little undersized due to the big guy there for Casper Kelly Walsh.
50-49, East with the lead. Demetrius McCord with the basketball. Nice bounce pass to Jackson, but he doesn't go up with it. This time he does. His double pump is off the mark. Last touch by Shop. Jackson had the seal, but then didn't go up with it right away and allowed Shop to get back underneath. As Colgan will come in and Allmiller will come in. It's Demetrius and Onyx that will check out, as Browning will also check in for Shop.
We'll
also see Lane Fanto in for McAdam. Bradley, they're just slowly trickling in right now.
Kind of playing those mind games right now with Coach Rusty Horsley of daring them to make any more moves.
Much more will inbound it for East. They're up by 1 with 4:48 left. Inbound comes to McCord. McCord puts up the 3, has to double pump. It's short. Bad shot there by Xavier. It's still loose, and Coventry grabs the rebound. And then a foul by Muchmore, and that's going to send Coventry to the line to shoot the bonus.
As that will be team's 7th foul for Cheyenne East here with 4:39 remaining.
Coventry on the season 71%. Again, this team shoots 71% as a team.
And chance right here for Kelly Walsh to tie and if not take the lead.
Coventry's first free throw on the night is too strong. The rebound comes to Oliver. Oliver, kick out to Muchmore, looking to get into the lane, goes to McCord, splits 2 and lays it in with the right hand. Xavier McCord having a big second half here for Cheyenne East as their lead's up to 3.
Kelly Walsh fell asleep there and just allowed the wide open inside lane.
Bradley calling out the play, gets a high screen from Browning. Bradley trying to work through 2 players, and then Marsh loses control. Xavier goes to the floor. Allmiller comes up with the steal. Allmiller's second steal tonight. Muchmore has it on the baseline. Down low, Allmiller fakes it, goes into the contact, finishes. No call on the contact, good no call as well. But it's a 5-point lead now for East with 4 minutes left here in the 4th quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Stolen by Allmiller. Allmiller looking for the steal and lay-in for 2. And that's gonna get Coach Roden up for a timeout. We'll take a, wait for it, full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute timeout right here on 1480 KRAE. (56-49) with 3:45 left. As Nick, not only we're seeing a lot of East students here, but seeing some students and basketball players from Central, from South.
Coaches from South, coaches from all over the place kind of tuning in as this is a battle, again, undefeated. You're also, too, taking a look down the floor, again, preseason ranking of the #1 team of Cheyenne East.
Coach Schaefer walking down the baseline right next to the Kelly Walsh bench. She's now the assistant coach over at Central. A lot of faces here in the crowd watching East and Kelly Walsh tonight. McAdam spin move on McCord, left hand laying up and in. Pure there for McAdam as that stops a little bit of the bleeding. 56-51 in favor of East. East's largest lead tonight has been 8. Their largest lead in this 4th quarter has been 7. Allmiller with the basketball, goes to Colgan. It's a long 2 from Aiden Colgan, and he knocks it in. Colgan stretching the floor as a big, has hit 2 big field goals. 7-point lead as McAdam saves that one for going out of bounds. Gets around 1, reverse lane with the left hand again for McAdam. So they need to find an answer for Davion McAdam right now, does East.
A little seesaw action between these two on the offensive sides.
Colgan, a 15-footer from the baseline. It's up and in. Colgan, back-to-back buckets. Nice delivery from Eric Oliver. Well, as long as you make them, it's okay if you give some up. Bradley with the basketball, dribbling with the left hand, will slow it down. 2:35 left here in the 4th quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Padilla with the basketball. Colgan got a hand on the entry pass. Padilla will put up the wide open 3. It's too long, and the rebound comes to Oliver. For Oliver, that's his 5th. Oliver across the timeline, looking to go coast to coast, traveled.
Kind of looked like he tripped a bit on his shoe there, and again gets called for the travel.
Just the 10th turnover for Kelly Walsh, for East. Both teams with 10 turnovers. 2:20 left in this fourth quarter. East with a 7-point lead. They've trailed for the bulk of the middle of this game, but in this fourth quarter have taken charge. McAdam with the basketball, gets into the paint, nice right-hand scooper, up and in, bank shot. Once again for McAdam, 6 straight points for McAdam. The lead's cut to 5. Much more with the basketball, dribble with the right hand, it's dribble handoff. McAdam now guarding Oliver. Good luck, as nobody's been able to do that. As a kick out to Miller, he misses the shot, and it's an offensive foul, or sorry, off-ball foul on Aiden Colgan, and I think Davion McAdam will go to the line to shoot 2. Or sorry, shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, that'll be Cheyenne East's 18th foul here in the second half.
13 points for McAdam here in the second half.
A 5-point lead for Cheyenne East. Again, action still far from over. Minute 47 left remaining in this contest, as both offenses, they've sparked at least a little fire right now. They are finding that stroke out there on the court.
And the foul's actually, or the person that was fouled was Marsh, so he'll go to the line to shoot free throws. His first free throw on the season is nothing but net. He'll get 1 more.
Not a bad way, at least, to start out the season. 100%.
Yes. And as far as McAdam goes, again, he's averaging 19 points a game. Well, he's got 19 right now. So on a par for his season average. Marsh's second free throw on the way, nothing but net. As this team's showing you, if you give them some freebies, they're going to make you pay. Leads cut to 3 of a little 4-0 run here for Kelly Walsh, as we've seen both teams kind of go back and forth, go punch for punch. A rematch from that first round state game that was at Kelly Walsh.
Yeah, it was at Kelly
Walsh.
It was essentially an upset against this East High squad. So East, again, having that on their mind, looking for revenge.
McCord gets in the lane, goes around 1 and can't get the shot to fall. Oliver grabs the rebound, but then falls out of bounds, and he fell on the floor and hit hard.
As again, it looks like he tweaked his knee a little bit, as he's going to walk under his own power. But good effort by Eric Oliver, trying to save the ball, trying to save that offensive possession for East.
A little upset with himself too, or maybe just upset with the fact that he grabbed the rebound and felt like he got undercut.
Well, again, he's kind of that team leader for the East High Thunderbirds.
Much more will come in for Rail.
As we're going to have a little wipe down of the where Eric fell there, at least on the baseline.
It's just a 1-possession game, 60-57.
It's a nail biter now.
Of course, there's only been 3 3 balls hit the whole night, 2 of them by Cade Marsh, who's out on the floor right now. It's Marsh, Coventry, Padilla, McAdam, Browning on the floor for Kelly Walsh, Colgan, Oliver, much more, Demetrius, and Xavier McCord. 1:19 left. Padilla gets it across the timeline for Kelly Walsh. Goes to McAdam. He's been huge here, especially in this fourth quarter. McAdam works on one McCord, and then the other switches on McAdam. Browning has it in the paint, goes to Marsh, but it's stolen away by Demetrius. Trying to go coast to coast, he's fouled by Coventry. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
This will be the 9th team foul call against the Trojans.
For Coventry, it will be his 3rd foul.
Again, McCord at least getting the one, at least the front end here, so he needs to make it.
First one on the way, rattles in for Demetrius. Demetrius has 5 tonight, and it's a 4-point lead, and we're under a minute. McCord, a couple of dribbles with the left hand. Twirl of the basketball, puts it up, and nothing but net. McCord coming up huge in this fourth quarter. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. As a team, they're 5 for 5. And they're 8 for 13 overall. 62-57, 5-point lead with under a minute here in the fourth quarter. East trying to sweep Kelly Walsh tonight. The girls won 56-51 in a close one. East boys trying to show why they're the #1 team in 4A. McCord dribbling, or having on McAdam. Nice stop by McAdam, who goes with the left hand and lays it in.
That good anticipation by McAdam there.
McAdam picks up a quick foul. That's his 4th. That's going to send Xavier to the line to shoot 2. And for McAdam, I think one thing we're seeing, Nick, is we're seeing two of the more prolific scorers maybe in the entire state of Wyoming in McAdam and Eric Oliver.
And they have put on a show in front of this Cheyenne East crowd tonight here at the Thunderdome. They certainly have. Again, the only at least difference is Eric Oliver dealing with those fouls early on. Again, 3 fouls he picked up kind of quickly in this contest, so he sat on the bench for quite some time.
Well, tip your hat off to the secondary scoring, because it came alive in that second half. They were able to get it to a tie ball game with Oliver on the bench. And really, if you think about it, the McCord twins have done a pretty good job scoring in this second half. Chance Allmiller's come up with some pretty big buckets, and right now they're hitting free throws. McCord, second on the way. He goes nothing but net. And now they're 7 for 7 in the quarter, or in the half. They're up to 10 for 15 on the night. It's a
5-point lead.
5-point lead for Cheyenne East with 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Across the timeline, Bradley with the basketball on the left wing, high screen. They need to hurry up and get a shot off. Marsh fakes the shot, gets into the lane, goes around Allmiller, too strong. Allmiller grabs the rebound. Good defense by Chance Allmiller. He grabs his 4th rebound. He's filling up the box score. Much more open on the other side. Nice pass from McCord, easy 2 for Tanner Muchmore, and a timeout called on the floor by Coach Roden, I believe.
I do believe so. We might as well. I do believe they're going to call a full timeout, but we might as well just keep it here, as again we have 12 seconds left remaining in this contest. As Cheyenne East looks like they're going to remain to be undefeated here, at least in the kind of early preseason of the 2018-2019 campaign. And I'll look to my broadcast partner for this contest. It was a back and forth effort between these two. Again, battles of the unbeatens, and what an effort by both. Casper, Kelly Walsh, they gave it their all. Cheyenne East, they gave it their all. And Cheyenne East coming from behind, essentially. Again, it looked like it was about to get out of hand here early in the fourth quarter. But talk about the heart, the tenacity that this team had. It was almost the rallying cry of the technical foul by Coach Rusty Horsley that kind of motivated this team to where we are right now, having a 7-point lead.
And that's a great point. And if we had some advanced stats up here, we'd be able to tell you. But I'm pretty sure East has gone on a sizable run since that technical foul from Coach Horsley, despite the fact McAdam hit both of them. And you can start seeing the crowd kind of even or thin out a little bit as McAdam goes coast to coast and lays it in with the left hand, and a timeout called by Coach Roden. And how about Davian McAdam? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23 points for McAdam tonight to go along with 6 rebounds. Another a strong performance from one of the top players in 4A. Again, a treat for us to watch tonight.
Absolutely. Again, this is the Casper Kelly Walsh team, again, led by McAdam, where they're going to be a formidable threat. They're going to be a team to keep an eye out come at least state tournament time. This is a team that's going to compete with a lot of folks, and they certainly have. They certainly did tonight with Cheyenne East, but again, they're going to come up short in this contest. Again, as 7.6 ticks remain here in this contest, East up by 5 points.
The McCord twins with Oliver, Muchmore, and Rail out on the floor for East. Trojans have Padilla, Bradley, McAdam, Coventry, and Marsh on the floor, as they'll look to foul probably pretty quick. They get it into Demetrius, and McAdam will foul, and for him, that's his 5th, if I did my math right.
Do the calculation here.
Apparently it's only his 4th or his 3rd. I'm way off.
Oh, nope, now they're going to give him the 4th.
Okay, it's his 4th. I just missed it by 1. So Demetrius will go to the line. He is 4 for 5 tonight from the charity stripe. Again, the East has hit 7 in a row as they're up 5 with 6.4 left. Scored nothing but net.
As it's already a few possession contest right now again for Casper Kelly Walsh. Really don't have a shot left in this contest.
Oh, it should be able to just wind the clock down at this point as McAdam goes with the second one. McCord goes up with the second one and he hits. They're now 9 for 9 in this quarter. Bradley across the timeline goes to Padilla, who puts up the 3-point from the left side, knocks it in, and that will be the final horn. Final score, East 68, Kelly Walsh 64. East sweeps Kelly Walsh, and that has got to be a feel-good win for these kids that came back from that bitter taste in their mouth from last year's loss that eventually ended their hopes to a state championship, Nick.
Absolutely. Again, what a sweet revenge it was on the home court here against a very talented Casper Kelly Walsh Trojans team. What we're going to do right now is you're going to let my broadcast partner tabulate stats right now. We'll also do hopefully hear from Coach Rusty Horsley, a little post-game comments from him after this victory. And we'll get to our post-game show here after a 2-minute timeout here on 1480 KRAE.
Well, East with the 68-64 win. They're outscoring Kelly Walsh 23-19 in that fourth quarter. Nick, a big fourth quarter. And really it was the free throw shooting from the charity stripe that really put this game away for Cheyenne East.
Yeah, it certainly was. And again, it was a great effort on both sides of the ball for Cheyenne East. Again, both teams did phenomenal, at least on the court tonight. So again, nothing against Casper Kelly Walsh. They're going to be a good outfit. Cheyenne East, they proved tonight of why they are that #1 preseason ranked team. For Cheyenne East, they moved to 5-0 on this early campaign. For Casper Kelly Walsh, they will drop to 4-1 here in 2018. Do want to take this opportunity before at least broadcast partner gets to his stats, and also to, again, waiting for Coach Rusty Horsley to hopefully talk with us here on the post-game show. Want to take this opportunity to thank all of our fine sports sponsors. Again, without them, we would not be able to bring you high school football, high school basketball, and LCCC basketball to you here on their airwaves, and also to YouTube here again on 1480 KRAE. Want to thank Baskin-Robbins, Cheyenne State Bank, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Chick-fil-A, Shine Auto Repair and Service, Gill Window Company, Best Western Plus, Frontier Inn, Little Philly, Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service, Platte Valley Bank, Taco John's, Marvis Plumbing and Heating, First Tier Bank, Big Apple Bagels, and the Cheyenne Stampede. Also to sponsor of our scoreboard, the Pepsi of Cheyenne scoreboard. Again, in favor, at least for Cheyenne East, gets a sweep earlier with the girls contest, defeating Casper Kelly Walsh. And the guys, as we just saw, defeating Casper Kelly Walsh as well. Medicap Pharmacy, Kia of Cheyenne, Lennox Auto Body, the Breadbasket Bakery, First Education Federal Credit Union, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, B&B Appliance and TV, Capital Lumber Company, Halliday Motors, and McGee Hernan Pies, LLP. Chris, you have all the stats there. Hopefully, again, I think your shoes are back on. Yeah, you got
Yeah, I got my shoes. Well, I would have had to probably borrow your hands for Davion McAdam, who had a big night. He led Kelly Walsh with 23 points. 16 points for Cade Marsh, 9 for Michael Bradley, 7 for Ross Padilla, 6 for Sage Coventry, and 3 for Connor Shop. They only had 11 turnovers. They took care of the basketball very well, did Kelly Walsh. They were also 7 for 11 from the free throw line. So again, another strong showing for Kelly Walsh tonight. And once again, Davion McAdam got to the line and definitely put the free in free throws and took full advantage of that for Casper Kelly Walsh, who again, as you said, will go to 4-1 on the season as they head back to Casper. For Coach Rusty Horsley, again, they go to 5-0 on the season. They had 11 turnovers as well. They shot 12 of 18 from the free throw line, but more importantly, they were 9 for 9 in that fourth quarter. The McCord twins, a big part of that 9 for 9. Eric Oliver, despite the foul trouble, still led his team with 16 points. Him and McCord ended with 16 points each. McCord had a double-double. He added 12 rebounds. 9 points for Tanner Muchmore, 8 for Demetrius McCord. He had 6 of those 8 in the fourth quarter. Aiden Colgan, he added 6 points, 4 of them coming in the fourth quarter. Onyx Jackson with 3. And then Chance Allmiller with 6 as well. He had that big steal in 2 that really started pulling away for Cheyenne East. I think for Coach Rusty Horsley, he has to be very impressed with the fact that they maybe didn't play the best defense, but they came up with the big stops when they needed to, especially in the fourth quarter.
And it's a team that came from at least a hole that they at least kind of dug themselves into there late third, early fourth quarter, and again came back. And again, I think what sparked this team, got them back at least kind of into it and got a good mentality out of the East High Thunderbirds, again, was that Rusty Horsley technical foul that we saw. Again, that was a 6-point kind of swing in favor of Casper Kelly Walsh. It looked like it was starting to get out of hand, but instead that was kind of the spark that lit the fire under the Thunderbirds' kind of behinds. And again, they got away with the 68-64 victory against Casper Kelly Walsh. I don't believe we're going to talk with Rusty Horsley again. I think he's in the locker room celebrating that victory again, kind of wrapping up the 2018 calendar year with that one. So at least we'll take this opportunity. I think we're going to wrap things up here as well too from the Thunderdome, as this is our final at least broadcast both on JUCO and the high school ranks here on 1480 KRAE, as we will at least talk to you in the next calendar year, 2019. It's starting early January, at least for high school action. It will be the Taco John's invite, as all 3 schools, Cheyenne South, which we will see, Cheyenne Central, which we will also see, and this Cheyenne East squad. Again, on girls and boys side, we'll see all 3 of those teams in a quick 3-day span, as it is the Taco John's invite coming up early in January.
And we'll actually see Kelly Walsh again, because that Thursday matchup on the 2nd that we'll have is going to be Casper Kelly. Well, I think it's the 2nd, or maybe it's the 4th. It's the 4th. We'll see Casper.
Your day is ahead of me.
Yeah,
I still got to focus on
Casper Kelly Walsh and the Central Indians. We'll get our first chance to look at the Central girls and boys basketball. So that'll be exciting as we get starting to slowly get ramped up for high school basketball.
Absolutely, as we get ready for the conference action, also too, again, get in that quadrant action, as we'll see those kind of matchups between South and East, East and Central, East and South, all those fun matchups that will be live at Story Gym throughout this season. So again, want to take this opportunity to thank my broadcast partner Chris Bolton, for myself, Nick Peroetti, again also to Jacob Hamill back at the studio with what he has been doing for us this entire 2018 season. We want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who tuned in, both on the radio side and also to Periscope and the YouTube channel. So again, to all of us from 1480 KRAE family, to yours, happy holidays, Merry Christmas out there. And we return to you now to at least regular scheduled action on 1480 KRAE right now.